I lay dying in the field hospital bed, barely breathing. They'd pulled the bullet out, but I'd lost too much blood. They couldn't save me. The moment I closed my eyes, tears of regret slid down the corners of them. I thought of my wife and daughter. In this life, they were the two people I'd wronged the most. My wife was one of this sent-down, educated youths from the 70s, tall and striking, with an elegant bearing, a genuine beauty. That year, a great famine had struck. My grandmother gave her a mouthful of food and asked her to marry me, and she agreed. After she married into our family, she gave birth to a daughter, but she never had a single day of comfort. My parents died young, and with no one to discipline me, I ran wild with the local troublemakers in the village. Eventually, I got hooked on gambling. I nearly cost my wife her honor more than once, and repeatedly threatened to sell our daughter to pay off my debts. The year our daughter turned 3, I lost money gambling again and planned to sell her to cover my losses. My wife fled with our daughter in the middle of the night, and the two of them froze to death together in the mountains. After my wife died, the whole village turned their backs on me, and my grandmother was so furious she died from it. I had no place left in that village and had to leave the mountain home I'd lived in for half my life. It was only that year that I finally understood just how precious the people I'd lost had been. For many years after that, I drifted through life in a daze. It wasn't until I was tricked into becoming a mercenary overseas that I finally started to pull myself together. Maybe it was because my wife and daughter's deaths had left me with nothing left to lose. In every battle, I fought like I had a death wish, and eventually, I ended up leading the whole mercenary outfit. But none of it ever gave me a shred of fulfillment. I charged to the front lines again and again, because only death could truly set me free. Now, that moment had finally come. Awan, Nyen Nyen, we're finally going to see each other again. When I opened my eyes again, my head was splitting. I was disoriented, looking around. A room with a heated brick bed, a broken table, a few low stools, a calendar hanging on the wall. November 19th, 1978. I froze. Hadn't I just died from a gunshot wound? So why did it feel like I was back in my old house from before? Forget that loser Chin Lai and be with me instead. I promise you'll live the good life. A vile male voice drifted in. Right after came a panicked woman's voice. I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of my house now. Suwon, I fell for you the moment I laid eyes on you. Just give in already. What are you doing? Let go of me. The commotion outside cut through my thoughts. Daddy, please, help mommy quick. A grimy little girl came running in, terrified. Nyen Nyen. My nose stung, and tears spilled from my eyes without warning. This was my daughter. Chin Nyen Nyen. Was I dreaming? The voices outside rang out again. My heart lurched, and I bolted out the door. There was Zhao Dubiao, the local troublemaker, pinning my wife, Su Wan, down on the ground. A flood of memory surged into my mind. I remembered clearly. It was this very day, right in front of me, that Zhao Dubiao had tried to assault Su Wan. Back then, Zhao Dubiao and I had been drinking buddies. He'd flung 10 yuan in my face, and I'd scurried off without a second thought. Later, Su Wan grabbed a pair of scissors and fought back with everything she had, and in the struggle, she'd accidentally stabbed herself, the scissors slicing across her cheek. Only then, afraid things had gotten too out of hand, did Zhao Dubiao back off. From that day on, a long scar marked Su Wan's once lovely face. Every time I thought back on it, I felt like the man I'd been back then wasn't even human. Chin Lai, here's 10 yuan. Let me have some fun with your wife. Exactly like before, Zhao Dubiao threw the 10 yuan bill in my face. We're brothers, aren't we? A good wife like yours, of course we should share. You son of a bitch, I'll kill you. My eyes went bloodshot, and I let out a furious roar as I charged at him, kicking him hard enough to send him flying several yards. I didn't stop there. I threw myself on top of him, raining down punches and kicks until his face was a bloody, swollen mess. But I still wasn't done. I grabbed him by the throat. You touch my wife, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. Heaven had given me a chance to start over. In this life, I would never let that tragedy happen again. Daddy's so scary. My daughter cowered behind Su Wan in terror, not daring to come near me. Seeing the fear in my daughter's eyes, I instinctively let go. Zhao Dubiao seized the chance to break free, stumbling to his feet. He pointed at me, trembling. Cough, cough. Chin Lai, have you lost your mind? You dare hit me. He couldn't believe it. This spineless loser, actually daring to raise a hand against him now. You laid hands on my wife. You deserve to die. My expression twisted with rage. Fine. You've got guts. Just you wait, old man. Next time I see you in the village, I'll chop off your hands and feet. Zhao Dubiao spat out his threat and turned to leave. Wife. I didn't chase after him, turning instead to look at Su Wan, curled up on the ground. I wanted to go to her, to hold her, but she flinched back, trembling. Get away from me. Don't touch me. I stopped in my tracks, then raised my hand and slapped myself hard, again and again. Wife, I'm sorry. Tear tracks still on her face. Suwon watched me strike myself and gave a bitter, mocking laugh. Don't put on a show in front of me. You think acting like a good man now means I'll agree to let you sell Nian Nian. Nian Nian is your own daughter, and you actually wanted to sell her. You're not even human. Her face twisted with fury. I'm telling you right now, if you dare sell Nian Nian, I'll kill myself in front of you. She could endure me beating her, but her daughter was where she drew the line. In my past life, I wanted to sell my own daughter to cover a gambling debt, worse than an animal. You're right to say that, wife. I am an animal. I dropped to my knees on the ground. I've wronged you, and Nian Nian. I'll never gamble again. I'll treat you both right from now on. I swear I'll give you a good life. Suwon stared at me in disbelief, wondering if she was hallucinating. This animal of a man, actually kneeling and admitting fault? Had the sun risen in the west? Qinlai, don't even think about sweet-talking me again. I won't believe you, not even if I die. Her voice went cold. You bring other men here to humiliate me. I can put up with that. But if you dare try to sell our daughter, you'll have to kill me first. I understood. She'd been lied to by me too many times before. This time, she wouldn't believe me even if it killed her. Wife, I know it's hard for you to trust me right now, but I'll prove it through my actions. I kept my expression serious. Please, don't do anything foolish. I reached out to touch my daughter's head, but she flinched away. The look she gave me was full of fear. I'd hit her more than a few times before. She'd never once felt a father's love from me, only fear. That sight cut into my heart like a blade. Wife, you too must be hungry. I'll go cook. I knew there was no way to get Suwon to trust me right away. All I could do was make it up to her, slowly, through action. The kitchen was crude, a mud stove, a pile of firewood, a small blackened pot. The rice jar was scraped bare, with only a few vegetable leaves left and barely any oil or salt. In my past life, my gambling addiction had left this family with nothing. I lit the fire and started cooking. Suwon held our daughter and watched me, her expression a tangle of complicated feelings. In all our years of marriage, this was the first time I'd ever cooked. But I could tell, she was still convinced I wouldn't change. A dog can't stop eating shit. Half an hour later, the meal was on the table, just a plate of cabbage and 3 bowls of rice, pitifully modest. That smells so good. It's rice. Nian Nian's eyes lit up with delight. We haven't had rice at home in so long. But she wouldn't touch her chopsticks until I nodded. That small detail hit me like a knife to the chest. The moment Suwon saw the rice on the table, her face changed. You cooked all the rice we had left? Yeah. There wasn't much oil or salt left either, so I used it all up, I said, nodding. Nian Nian's still growing. She can't just live on thin porridge. You think I don't know she's growing? But this is all the grain we have left in the house, and there's no money to buy more. She started to cry, her voice breaking. You cook it all in one go. What are we supposed to do tomorrow? Drink the northwest wind. She probably figured I hadn't changed at all. Don't worry. I have a plan, I said. There's plenty of game in these mountains. I'll go out and bring back a few kills. After this, we'll have meat on the table every day. Our village sat at the foot of the greater Xing'an range. In those days, the villagers survived by hunting. It wouldn't make anyone rich, but at least you wouldn't starve. And if you managed to bag a few good catches, becoming a 1,000 yuan household wasn't out of the question. The moment she heard the word meat, Nian Nian's eyes lit up. Our family only got a taste of meat once a year, at New Year's. Most of the time, we couldn't even manage cabbage regularly. Meat every day? She wouldn't have dared to dream of it. Easy for you to say. It's snowing hard out there. Other villagers go out hunting and can't even catch a single rabbit. You out there? You'll freeze to death for sure. Suwon thought I was talking big. Don't worry. If I say I'll bring you meat, I'll bring you meat. I set some food on my daughter's plate. Nian Nian, eat up. Only then did Nian Nian start eating in big, eager bites. After the meal, I cleared the dishes, grabbed the sickle we used for chopping firewood, and got ready to head out. Nian Nian, be good and wait for Daddy at home with Mommy. I stroked my daughter's head fondly. When Daddy gets back, you'll have meat to eat. Watch yourself out there. Don't freeze to death, Suwon said, flat and indifferent. If you freeze to death, don't expect me to mourn you as a widow. I won't. I still have to give you two a good life. I knew she was watching me walk away, thinking I'd become someone unfamiliar, probably unable to put her finger on exactly how, or why this man no longer felt like the same heartless, worthless gambler she'd known. Walking into the mountains, the cold wind cut like knives, the world ahead a blinding sheet of white stretching endlessly. The snow was thick, and the paths were barely visible. Luckily, my family had lived here for generations, and I knew the terrain well. Plus, in my past life, I'd been a mercenary. As long as I made it back before my strength ran out, there was no real danger. After walking a while, something at the base of a tree caught my eye. I crouched down for a closer look. A few small, frozen pellets. I recognized them instantly, rabbit droppings, and fresh ones at that. That meant there were rabbits active nearby. No time to waste. I quickly rigged a trap. Any rabbit passing through would fall right in. But I couldn't just sit and wait for it. If no rabbit came by, I'd just be wasting time waiting to freeze. Traps set, I continued deeper into the forest, searching for other signs of game. I remembered there was a river down in a gully ahead. My grandmother had taken me there as a kid. Hardly anyone in the village knew about it. After walking about 10 minutes, sure enough, I spotted a frozen river. I immediately started chipping at the ice with my sickle. In those days, the environment was pristine. Wherever there was a river, there were fish. If I could catch a few and bring them back, combined with whatever was in the trap, today would be a real haul. I broke open a large hole and used the sickle to knock around in the water a few times, easily hauling up 2 fish. After pulling up 5 in a row, I headed back toward the trap. Even if the trap was empty, 5 fish would be plenty, at least enough to give my daughter some meat. A few yards from the trap, I could see clearly a rabbit was struggling inside it. I couldn't help but feel a rush of excitement. I hadn't expected the trip to go this smoothly. Suwon would surely be relieved, seeing me come home with all this. Just as I was about to step closer, a rustling sound suddenly broke out in the branches around me. I froze instantly, scanning my surroundings warily. Could it be another villager? Not unlikely. Nearly everyone in the village made their living hunting and fishing. But then a tiger crept out from the trees, and I froze in place. It circled the trapped rabbit twice, then turned and fixed its fierce gaze on me, as if warning me that rabbit belonged to it. I took a deep breath. I'd thought my luck was holding, and here I was, running straight into a hunting tiger. But this tiger wasn't fully grown. Its build was small, its body gaunt. It must have been starving to come out searching for food like this. I had no intention of provoking it, so I stood still. If it was willing to just walk away, that would be ideal. But it wasn't giving up. It let out a low growl at me, its eyes locked on me with malicious intent, its body dropping low. I understood. It saw me as prey too. I took a few deep breaths to steady myself, gripping the sickle tight, ready for anything. I couldn't run now. The moment I turned my back, it would definitely chase me down, and I'd become its meal. But going head-to-head with it wasn't an option either. I wasn't foolish enough for that, even against a juvenile tiger. Stamina, speed, strength, none of it was in the same league. My eyes darted around, and before it could pounce, I scrambled up a tree as fast as I could. Seeing me move, it let out a furious roar and lunged, but I was already up the tree. It thrashed a few times, unable to reach me, then began pacing around the base of the tree, showing no sign of leaving. It really did see me as food, unwilling to give up prey that was so close. I didn't dare let my guard down, keeping my eyes fixed on it. Seeing I wouldn't come down, it eventually settled itself against the tree, clearly prepared to wait me out. That worried me. If this dragged on much longer, I'd freeze to death eventually. I couldn't just wait for death to come. Right then, a reckless idea flashed through my mind. I quietly shifted around to behind it, and the moment it let its guard down, I leaped down from the tree, slamming my whole body into it, then raised the sickle and brought it down hard on its head. The tiger let out an agonized roar, a bloody gash opening across its neck. It thrashed wildly, knocking me flat on the ground. I didn't dare stop. I swung the sickle again and scrambled back up. Wounded now, it no longer cared about the rabbit, turning and fleeing in a mad dash. Once I confirmed it was gone, I collapsed into the snow, gasping for breath. Damn it. In my past life, all I'd known was gambling. I hadn't even realized there were tigers in the area. No wonder there was so much wild game around here, and so few dared to go hunting in winter. Once I'd caught my breath, a smile spread across my face. Rabbit plus fish, a full haul. That'd feed us for quite a while. Happily heading back to the house, I heard sharp, grating voices coming from inside before I even reached the door. Suwon, I lent you 5 yuan a while back, plus some grain. Time to pay it back, don't you think? The voice was familiar, my second aunt, Wang Suifan. Suwon said timidly. Second aunt, just a few more days, please, I'll pay you back for sure. Wang Suifan scoffed. How many extensions have I already given you? Today, you're handing over the money and the grain, or you're clearing out of this house and moving into the cattle shed. I pushed the door open and stepped in, and the first thing I saw was Wang Tsuefan, hands on her hips, standing over Su Wan and our daughter with overbearing arrogance. This second aunt of mine was a shameless, unreasonable shrew. Back when the family property was divided, I'd gotten the best house, and she'd held a grudge ever since. Lending grain to Su Wan was just her excuse to find a way to seize the house. "Mommy, Daddy's back." Su Wan's expression barely changed when she saw me come in. In her heart, I wasn't someone worth relying on at all. In my past life, in front of relatives, I'd been a total pushover. I'd let people point fingers and curse me out without daring to say a word back, then come home and take it out on her instead, even scolding her for not showing enough respect to her elders. Thinking back on it now, I hated the man I used to be even more. Qin lies back. Wang Tsuefan gave a mocking laugh. "Out gambling again, were you? Oh, and you brought back all this meat too. Looks like you won big this time." She stared at the meat in my hands, greed glinting green in her eyes. Rabbit, and fish too, enough for several meals. She came at me, grabbing for it, itching to snatch it right into her own hands. Su Wan seemed a little surprised at the sight of the meat too, but disappointment quickly followed. She probably assumed I'd gone gambling again and won just enough to buy meat. "Wife, take the meat to the kitchen." I handed it to Su Wan. "Tonight we'll eat meat, and have some meat broth too." Su Wan hesitated a moment, then took it. "Qinlai, this meat goes to your second aunt." Wang Tsuefan said it, as if it were her natural right. "You two still owe me money and grain. Might as well use the meat to settle the debt." As she spoke, she reached out to snatch it, certain I wouldn't dare refuse. But I stepped forward and blocked her. "I can give you some, but you can't just take it." I set aside 2 fish for her. "Just 2 fish? You think I'm some beggar?" She was clearly unhappy. "Keep 1 for yourself and give me the rest." "2 fish, take it or leave it." I carried the rest of the meat into the kitchen. "You little brat, what's gotten into you? Talking to me like that?" she snapped sharply. "If it weren't for me lending you money and grain, you'd have starved to death long ago. All this meat belongs to me. Consider it your filial duty to me and your second uncle." She probably figured I'd lost my mind today. Normally, whatever she wanted, I'd hand over without a second thought, and now, today, she couldn't believe I was actually refusing. "The money Grandma left me. You all took every last bit of that. Compared to that, what you lent is nothing." Grandma had originally lived with me, but my second uncle's family had forcibly dragged her away, and her money had ended up in their pockets too, including the share that was supposed to be mine. In my past life, I hadn't dared push back, just swallowed my anger. This time, I wouldn't let my second uncle's family bully me anymore. "You worthless gambler, even eyeing an old woman's money. Even if we gave it to you, wouldn't you just gamble it away? Your parents died young. If it weren't for me and your second uncle helping you out, you'd have starved to death long ago." She bared her teeth. "No sense of gratitude at all. How did the Qin family end up with an animal like you?" "Grandma raised me. That has nothing to do with you or second uncle." I gave her no warmth at all. "It's 2 fish. Take it or get out." My parents had died in a fall while hunting in the mountains when I was young, leaving me an orphan. It was my grandmother who raised me. In my past life, though I'd been an animal in most respects, I'd still shown her some filial devotion. That was the only shred of conscience I had left. "If you don't hand over all the meat today, I'm not leaving. Let's see what you can do about it." She dragged over a stool and planted herself right at the door, refusing to budge until she got what she wanted. I looked gently at Su Wan. "Wife, take Nian Nian inside first." Su Wan didn't say a word, just picked up our daughter and went inside. I picked up the sickle off the ground and walked toward Wang Tsuefan, my expression dark. She flinched. "You, what are you going to do?" Bang! I raised the sickle and brought it down hard, the blade sinking right into the door frame beside her head. "Ah!" She dropped to the ground in terror, her face full of fear. She'd meant to curse me out, but seeing the icy look in my eyes, the words died in her throat. She felt like I'd changed, become someone unfamiliar to her. The old me had always been meek and spineless, cowed silent by a single glare from her. Today, not only did I dare talk back, I dared threaten her with a blade. She probably thought I'd gone out of my mind. "You little brat, I'm your second aunt. You're threatening me with a knife? Aren't you afraid of being struck by lightning?" She gritted her teeth, but all her earlier bluster had drained away. I tossed the 2 fish at her. "Don't ever set your sights on my house again. And don't you dare bully my wife or daughter either. Otherwise, next time, this sickle won't just be aimed at a door frame." "Fine, fine, fine, you ungrateful little wretch. You even want to kill me now? Is that it? I'm going straight home to tell your second uncle. Let him come deal with you." She got up, grabbed the fish, and stormed off, cursing under her breath. "Wife, Bring Nian Nian back out. I smiled as I walked into the kitchen. Let's cook the meat for Nian Nian to eat. Su Wan came out holding our daughter. She'd heard every word of what just happened. I could tell she found it all hard to believe that I'd actually dared to stand my ground like that in front of second aunt. Was this really the same man she knew? But she probably still didn't believe it. Once second uncle showed up, I'd surely cower and run with my tail between my legs. After all, the old me had only ever been tough within these four walls. You should keep the rabbit meat and just send all the fish over to second aunt, Su Wan said, shaking her head. Otherwise, when your second uncle comes causing trouble, don't drag me and Nian Nian into it. She just wanted peace and safety for herself and her daughter. She didn't want to get tangled up in any of this. Wife, don't be afraid. I won't be that spineless anymore, I said, each word deliberate. If second uncle dares to bully us, I'll throw him out just the same. This second uncle of mine was no good either. In my past life, he'd repeatedly egged me on to sell Nian Nian, saying a daughter was a money-losing burden, not worth keeping around. Su Wan didn't say anything more. As far as she was concerned, I was all talk. Daddy, can we eat meat now? Nian Nian stared at the meat, drooling. Our family hadn't tasted meat in who knew how long, but she only dared to ask carefully, timidly. I ruffled my daughter's cheek. Daddy's going to cook it right now? Nian Nian's going to eat until she's full today. I went into the kitchen and boiled water. Once it was boiling, I put the rabbit in, plucked and skinned it. Before long, the kitchen filled with the rich aroma of meat, and a big pot of fresh meat broth was ready. Nian Nian stared longingly at the meat in the pot, swallowing hard. I ladled out a full bowl of meat for each of them. This was the most lavish meal our family had had in a long time. So good. Nian Nian took a bite and looked completely content. Su Wan ate the meat, but something seemed to be weighing on her. I guess she was remembering her past life. Meat only ever appeared on the table when I'd won at gambling. Once I lost, forget about meat. She'd probably be facing my abuse again instead. In no time, the meat and broth alike were completely gone. Nian Nian let out a satisfied burp, patting her slightly rounded little belly. So full. Once the meat's gone, don't expect me to give you money to go gambling, Su Wan said, pulling our daughter away from me, even though she probably knew the words wouldn't do any good. Wife, I promise I won't gamble anymore. You and Nian Nian don't need to be afraid of me. I made the promise while clearing the dishes. Just then, Wang Suifan's cursing voice suddenly erupted outside. Old Qin, that bastard Qin Lai tried to hack me with a knife. Such nerve. You have to teach him a lesson today. Teach him some respect for his elders. The words had barely finished when the door was kicked open. Wang Suifan strode in, one hand on her hip, her face twisted with fury. Behind her stood a hulking man with stubble covering his face, my second uncle, Qin Dashan, and beside him, a man about my age, Qin Dashan's son, Qin Jigang. Seeing the three of them storming in with such menace, Nian Nian shrank into Su Wan's arms, terrified, while Su Wan watched them tensely too. I didn't even look up, just kept clearing the dishes. Qin Lai, your second aunt says you tried to hack her with a knife. Is that true? Qin Dashan's eyes were cold. Qin Jigang kicked the door frame and barked. You worthless gambler, trying to hack my mother? You got a death wish. I turned my head slightly towards Su Wan. Wife, take Nian Nian back to the room. I'll handle this. Su Wan hesitated a moment, then carried our daughter back into the room. She didn't care how I handled it. She just didn't want her daughter to get hurt. You little animal, I'm talking to you, deaf now. Wang Suifan jabbed a finger at me. Weren't you just saying you'd hack me? Go on, try it. I said nothing, silently picking up the sickle, my eyes flashing a vicious glare at her. She flinched, startled, and stumbled back 2 steps. Qin Dashan roared. You little brat, think you're going to start a rebellion? I'm standing right here, and you still dare hold that knife? On the way over, Wang Suifan had told them I'd gone half crazy, but he hadn't believed her. A spineless coward who wouldn't dare move if he so much as shouted. Could that man really have sprouted wings overnight? But looking at me now, he was clearly starting to sense that something about me had changed. Second uncle, you're my elders. I can show you respect. But don't push your luck either. I didn't lower the sickle. Say what you came to say, and don't try to twist things. Yeah, so you think you've got some backbone now, talking to me like that? Qin Dashan sneered coldly. I heard you won big gambling, bought a bunch of meat. Don't forget, when you two had nothing to eat, it was us who lent you money and grain. A person shouldn't forget where their help came from. I won't ask for much. Leave us 1 fish, give us the rest, and we'll be on our way. This family really was a greedy bunch. The meat's already been eaten. There's nothing left for you. 2 fish is already more respect than you deserve. I said it flatly. I've said what needed saying. If there's nothing else, get out. The moment she heard that, Wang Tsuefan exploded. Old Qin, look at this heartless ingrate. Doesn't even think of us anymore, she screamed, cursing wildly. No wonder. His parents died young. No one ever taught him how to be a decent person. You little animal, given an inch, and you take a mile. Qin Dashin was furious too. Pay back every last cent of the money and grain we lent you, or this isn't over. I'll say it here and now. You want money, I've got none. You want my life, I've got exactly one. I showed no fear at all, slamming the sickle down hard on the table. If you're not afraid to die, come at me and see if I dare chop you down. Seeing that I genuinely meant to kill, Qin Dashin's nerve failed him, and he couldn't help stepping back, not daring to provoke me further. There's no justice in this world. This little beast won't pay back the money and grain he owes us, and now he's threatening to chop us up. How could such an ungrateful wretch even exist? Wang Tsuefan dropped to the ground, wailing and thrashing in a tantrum. Qin Dashin gritted his teeth and forced himself forward. You little bastard, I'm your second uncle. Aren't you afraid of karma? Try laying a hand on me and see what happens. Qin Jigang's eyes went red too. Qin Lai, you dare touch my dad, and your whole family's never gonna see a good day again. The three of them ganged up to pressure me. In my past life, I hadn't dared so much as fart in front of them. Now that I actually stood up to them, they couldn't swallow the humiliation. Seeing I wasn't backing down, Qin Dashin seized the moment and reached out to grab the sickle. Once I had no weapon left in hand, crushing me would be as easy as stepping on an ant. Whoosh! I was quicker, the sickle flashing down, swinging straight at his wrist. Qin Dashin's face drained in shock, and he yanked his hand back just in time, narrowly avoiding the blade. He stumbled backward, his face full of terror, cold sweat pouring down. 1 second slower, and his hand would have been on the ground. Watching this, Wang Tsuefan and Qin Jigang didn't dare breathe too loud either. They hadn't expected me to be this reckless, actually swinging the blade without hesitation. Don't think for a second I'm joking around. My eyes were sharp as blades. Try anything reckless again, and next time, I won't promise your hand stays attached. The three of them exchanged glances, none of them daring to make a sound. In their eyes now, I was probably just some madman. No longer the pushover they used to be able to shove around at will. What's going on here? Just then, an elderly woman came slowly forward, leaning on a cane. My grandmother, Lin Yui. Grandma. Seeing her, the ferocity in my eyes softened considerably. Old woman, you're finally here. Look at this fine grandson you raised. Now he's trying to hack us with a knife. Wang Tsuefan immediately rushed over to tattle. Owing us money and grain and not paying it back is one thing, but now he's threatening to chop us up. How did the Qin family end up with a murderous devil like this? Laiwa, what's going on? Lin Yui looked at the sickle, her face full of worry. Grandma, this is a private matter between them and me. Don't worry about it. I didn't explain further. It's cold out here, and you're not in good health. Go on back inside. Grandma, you can't take Qin Lai's side this time. Qin Jigang said through gritted teeth. He absolutely needs to be taught a lesson. With Grandma present, they weren't afraid I'd actually act out in front of her. Is there some kind of misunderstanding here? I know Laiwa. He's not the kind of person you're describing, Lin Yui said. We're all family. Whatever the misunderstanding is, let's talk it through properly. She'd raised me single-handedly. In my past life, I'd never dared raise my voice at second uncle, let alone brandish a knife. No wonder she found it hard to believe. Mom, aren't you being a little too partial to him? Qin Dashin said, displeased. This little animal has no parents, no upbringing. There's no telling what he's capable of. Lin Yui was so angry she pounded her cane on the ground. Enough. Laiwa is your nephew. How can you say such a thing? This little animal was trying to hack me to death, and I still can't say a word about him. Mom, you've always favored him. Giving him all the good things is one thing, but now you're even taking his side? Am I not your son anymore? Qin Dashin flared up in anger. It's me supporting you right now, not him. Push me too far, and I'll throw you out on the street. Hearing him speak to Grandma like that, my anger flared instantly. I'm warning you, don't talk to Grandma like that, or I won't go easy on you. I then turned to my grandmother. Grandma, come live with me. I'll take good care of you. I'll support you for the rest of your life. Laiwa, you've got a wife and a child now. I can't be a burden on you, she said, shaking her head. Whatever the misunderstanding is, talk it through properly with your second uncle. We're all family, don't fight. The old woman's got some self-awareness at least. No sticking with this little animal means starving to death, so she's got no choice but to freeload off our family, Wang Tsuefan scoffed. If you don't teach this ungrateful wretch a lesson, don't expect to eat meat ever again. Grandma lowered her head, not daring to say another word. Watching her like that, it felt like a needle jabbing into my heart. Old woman, are you deaf? Hurry up and teach this animal a proper lesson. Wang Tsuifan barked sharply. You still want to eat meat in the future or not? It's us supporting you right now, not Xin Lai. You understand that or not? She knew that if Grandma struck me, I'd never dare fight back. She just wanted to vent her spite. Lai Hua is a good boy. I won't hit him, Grandma said, shaking her head, tears welling up. I won't eat meat anymore then. You stubborn old. Wang Tsuifan, you're asking for it. I couldn't hold back any longer, raising the sickle and walking straight at her. Oh God, murder. She nearly wet herself in fright, scrambling to hide behind Grandma. Lai Hua, what are you doing? This is your second aunt. Grandma stepped in front of me. Put the knife down now. Grandma, come live with me. This family is no good. I forced myself to hold back my rage. If Grandma hadn't been there, I would have chopped Wang Tsuifan down without a second thought. Lai Hua, don't talk nonsense. Your second uncle has actually been quite filial to me, Grandma said. Dashin, all of you go on home. Don't make a scene for people to gossip about. She pushed Qin Dashin and the others toward the door. The Qin Dashin family was clearly unwilling, but they also knew I truly meant it when I said I'd use that blade. So they had no choice but to storm off, their faces dark. Wait, I called out. They stopped in their tracks, turning back without a word. I'm telling you right now, don't give Grandma a hard time. If I ever find out you've mistreated her, I won't let it go. I dropped the threat, then pointed at Wang Tsuifan. And you, don't ever come harass my wife and daughter again, or I can't promise what I might do. They said nothing, their faces dark as they walked off. Just then, Su Wan came out carrying Nian Nian, her expression a tangle of emotion. She'd seen the whole scene unfold. This was the first time since my rebirth that I'd stood this firm in front of Qin Dashin, not only daring to talk back, but protecting them both too. I knew that, in this moment, I must have seemed like a complete stranger to her. That night was a rare moment of warmth for me. I took my daughter outside to build a snowman. At first, Nian Nian was still a little afraid of me, but as she gradually felt my genuine affection, her fear faded, and she played along with me, giggling. Before she turned 3, she'd never known what a father's love felt like. In my past life, I'd never once fulfilled my duty as a father, not for a single day. Watching her smile now, my heart filled with both warmth and guilt. Suwon stood in the doorway watching the two of us, and there was a hint of relief in her eyes. I knew she still doubted whether I'd really changed, but at least, for this good life, we could take it one day at a time. Nian Nian sat on my shoulders, a childlike grin spreading across her face. Daddy, can we eat meat again tomorrow? Nian Nian loves meat so much. Of course we can. I held onto her small legs. Whenever Nian Nian wants meat from now on, Daddy will make sure you get it. Yay, Daddy's the best. So does Nian Nian love Daddy? I do. Nian Nian loves Daddy the most. In that moment, this old soldier who'd killed without blinking on the battlefield felt his nose sting with emotion. Meanwhile, back at second uncle's house, the whole family's expressions were dark as thunder. That beast Qin Lai, daring to treat us like that. If I don't finish him off, I won't be able to swallow this. Wang Tsuifan cursed the whole way home. Dad, Mom, did Qin Lai lose his mind or something? He used to grovel in front of us, and now he actually dares to stand up to us. Qin Jigang's face darkened. Could someone have put him up to this? Has to be that wife of his who can't even pop out a son. Wang Tsuifan said it bitterly. Su Wan's been moping around like some tragic widow her whole life. No one else could have put that bastard up to this. I don't care who put him up to it. If I don't deal with this little punk, he's going to be walking all over us before long. Just thinking about how close I'd come to chopping his hand off made Qin Dashin seethe. In his past life, one glare from him had been enough to make me tremble. Now I didn't even acknowledge him, and it was more than he could stand. Grandma quietly wiped away tears. Dashin, let it go. Lai Hua is still young. Don't hold it against him. You stubborn old woman, shut your mouth. Wang Tsuifan pointed a finger at Grandma, furious. This is all because you never raised him right. Keep taking his side, and I'll throw you out. Mom, if it weren't for me supporting you, would you be living this comfortably? Qin Dashin said coldly. Keep favoring Qin Lai, and don't blame me, your own son, for being cruel. Grandma could only sigh. I hadn't witnessed this scene myself, but I knew exactly what kind of people they were. Early the next morning, I woke up. Nian Nian was still fast asleep, and Su Wan was in the kitchen making breakfast. I got dressed and picked up the sickle, ready to head out. You're going up the mountain again today? Su Wan asked. Yeah, I'll bring back more game. I promised you and Nian Nian. From now on, you'll have meat to eat every single day. Wait. She stopped me, holding out a scarf. We're this. It's cold up in the mountains. Her expression stayed flat, but I still felt a trace of care in it. Thank you, wife. As I took the scarf, I caught a glimpse of her hands, covered in frostbite, and my heart clenched. Noticing my expression, she pulled her hands back and turned toward the kitchen. Watching her walk away, my nose stung. In my past life, I'd reduced her to this. In this life, I would absolutely make it up to her. While I'm out, keep the door locked. Don't open it for anyone, no matter who comes. I gave her the warning. I knew second uncle's family wouldn't just let this go, and that scoundrel Zhao Dabiao, whom I'd beaten, would definitely be looking for a chance at revenge too. I'll be back soon. With those words, I stepped once more into the vast, snow-covered mountains. It had snowed heavily again the night before, the mountain paths completely buried under snow, hard even for the village's veteran hunters to navigate. But this was nothing to me. Still, with the snow this deep, I couldn't afford to be careless. One misstep into a snow-covered ditch, a twisted ankle, and I'd freeze to death out there. I made my way to yesterday's river. The hole I'd chipped open had frozen back over during the night. I hacked at it for a while, my hands numbing from the cold, before a few cracks finally opened up in the ice. I ended up climbing up the slope and hauling over a large rock, slamming it down over and over. A dozen strikes before I finally broke through a decent-sized hole. I pulled up a few fish, then circled the area a few more times, but found nothing besides snow, not even a living creature in sight. Reluctantly, I turned back. Fortunately, the harsh weather kept the mountain's predators from coming out to hunt, so at least I didn't have to worry about running into that tiger again. By noon, I made it back to the house, only to find the door wide open, a wooden door panel lying on the ground, clearly forced open with brute violence. My expression went dark. Without a second thought, I rushed inside. Several burly men stood in the room. Besides Qin Dashan, Zhao Dabiao was there too. Su Wan sat huddled against the wall, holding Nian Nian tight, watching them in terror. Nian Nian trembled in her arms. Su Wan, I know things aren't easy for you, and I don't want to make trouble for you too, but you do owe us that money and grain. You have to pay it back eventually. Qin Dashan stood with his arms crossed, his voice cold. With interest, let's round it to 50 yuan. Hand over 50 yuan, and the debt's settled. 50 yuan was a fortune in those days. He wasn't here to collect a debt. He was here to collect a life. Where's Qin Lai? Where'd he crawl off to? Zhao Dabiao said with menace. He beat me half to death. I'm here for his life today. If I can't find him, I'll tear this whole house apart. Try it, and see what happens. I set the fish down by the door and walked forward, gripping the sickle. Qin Dashan turned around, and seeing me approaching with the sickle in hand, my expression cold, he instinctively stepped back. Yesterday's cut had clearly left a lasting impression on him. Uncle Qin, why are you scared of this piece of trash? Zhao Dabiao sneered. It's just a sickle, isn't it? Give him 10 times the guts, and he still wouldn't dare use it. I later found out that Qin Dashan had given him 5 yuan that morning, asking him to bring a few of his lowlife friends to cause trouble for me. Zhao Dabiao had already been itching to settle scores with me anyway. This was exactly what he'd been hoping for. Qin Lai, look at you getting bold now. Zhao Dabiao eyed me with contempt. Yesterday, while I was just having a little fun with your wife, you actually dared to lay hands on me? Seems like you're tired of living. Want to keep breathing? Kneel down, kowtow 3 times, call me grandpa 3 times, and let your wife spend 3 days with me. Then I'll spare that worthless dog life of yours. Otherwise, today I'll break every bone in your hands and feet. In his eyes, I was nothing but a useless, spineless loser. And with backup here today, crushing me would be as easy as squashing an ant. Qin Lai, don't think waving a knife around is going to scare us. With Zhao Dabiao here, Qin Dashan found his nerve too. You don't pay up today, this isn't over between us. Second uncle, looks like yesterday's talk went in one ear and out the other for you. I pointed the sickle at Zhao Dabiao. And you? You got lucky and ran off after messing with my wife, and now you show up here again, asking to die? Well, that works out fine. None of you are leaving. I'll handle all of you together. Zhao Dabiao and his men exchanged glances, sneering with contempt. Say one more word, and see if I don't cripple you right here. Zhao Dabiao sneered, and the 3 vicious-looking men behind him immediately stepped forward, glaring coldly at me. Deming, don't waste words on him. Beat some sense into him first. Qin Dashan's face twisted viciously. Zhao Dabiao wasn't in any hurry, instead turning to Su Wan with a smug grin. Su Wan, I'm going to break one of your worthless husband's legs in a minute. Once he's crippled, leave him and come with me instead. My pupils constricted, a flash of cold fury flickering in my eyes. The next instant, I struck first, swinging the sickle before they could react. A shocking gash of blood opened across one man's chest. Ah! The man looked down and saw blood pouring out, letting out a terrified scream. The other two lunged at me with furious howls. I swung the sickle twice more, cutting them both down instantly, and they staggered back, screaming in pain. I went easy on you. Keep coming if you're not afraid to die. My expression stayed blank. Next cut, I can't say where it'll land. The three men exchanged glances, hesitated for a moment, then fled in a panic, clutching their wounds. Don't run. All of you stay right there. Zhao Dabiao stomped his foot in frustration. Qin Dashin was completely stunned. He'd figured bringing Zhao Dabiao and a few thugs would be more than enough to make me kneel and beg for mercy, but instead, I'd sent them all fleeing with a few swings of my blade. While the two of them were still frozen in shock, I kicked Zhao Dabiao off his feet and followed up with a barrage of punches and kicks. Qin, stop. You hit me, and you don't think I'll bring more people to deal with you? Zhao Dabiao, arms over his head, was still hurling threats. You'd better kill me now, or I swear I'll have your life. My face showed no reaction at all, every punch and kick landing with full force, and I quickly beat his face into a bloody, swollen mess. Then I raised the sickle and slammed the blunt side of the blade hard against his head, splitting his scalp open. Stop, please. I was wrong. I'll never do it again. Zhao Dabiao finally begged for mercy. I grabbed him by the throat and dragged him outside, tossing him down. Get lost. Next time, I'll split your skull open. Zhao Dabiao scrambled and stumbled away. I turned, walking toward Qin Dashin, radiating cold menace. Qin Liu, don't come any closer. Qin Dashin's face went white with terror, backing away repeatedly, before he stumbled and fell to the ground. He trembled, trying to scramble back up, but I was already standing over him, planting a foot on his chest. Out of respect for you being an elder, I warned you not to go looking for trouble. Why didn't you listen? I said flatly. If I don't make you suffer a little, you'll never learn. Qin Lai, don't do anything reckless. I'm your second uncle. He stared at me in terror. You dare hurt me. Can you face your grandmother? Can you face your dead parents? Heaven will punish you for this. I raised the sickle, a flash of ruthlessness in my eyes, and brought it down hard. Qin Dashin squeezed his eyes shut and let out a scream like a pig being slaughtered. But I'd only planted the sickle against his throat. I hadn't actually cut him. His face drained of all color, gasping for breath, too terrified to speak. For Grandma's sake, I'll spare your life. I said it flatly. Get lost. Next time, your head won't get another chance to sit on your shoulders. Qin Dashin, as if granted a pardon, crawled away like a dog. Wait. I called after him. His whole body shook, and he turned around, limbs trembling, thinking I was going to change my mind. Fix the door. You're not leaving until it's fixed. I carried the fish into the kitchen without so much as another glance at him. Mommy, Daddy was so scary just now. Nian Yin gripped Su Wan's sleeve tight, not daring to look at me. My expression a moment ago had genuinely looked like I might devour someone. Don't be scared, Nian Yin. It's okay now. Su Wan stroked her head. Wife, Nian Yin, I'm sorry I scared you too. I softened my expression into a gentle smile. My ruthlessness, I would never turn it on them. Su Wan shook her head. I wasn't scared. Nian Yin was though. She replayed the scene over in her mind, looking a little dazed. I had actually protected her and our daughter. It felt like a dream. Don't be scared, Nian Yin. I gently stroked my daughter's cheek. Daddy's only fierce toward bad people. I'd never be fierce toward Nian Yin. Nian nodded softly, the fear gone from her eyes when she looked at me. Wife, I'll go chop some firewood. We can eat meat and warm up by the fire in a bit. Don't push yourself so hard from now on. Your hands are covered in frostbite. I looked at her injured hands with a pang of guilt. You have me now. I'm the head of this household. Whatever comes up, I'll handle it. I chopped some firewood and brought it in, then went back to work in the kitchen. Su Wan watched me, her expression a mix of unfamiliarity and relief. I knew she was hoping I'd stay this way forever, while also fearing I might turn back into that worthless gambler one day. We worked until evening, and a pot of fish stew was finally ready. The three of us ate around the fire, warm and content together. After 2 straight days of full meals, color had returned to Su Wan and Yin Yin's cheeks. But the rice jar had run dry. Living on meat alone wasn't sustainable. I needed to find a new way forward. Early the next morning, while the two of them were still asleep, I headed out into the mountains, planning to catch more fish and sell them in town for a little money to buy rice and vegetables. Bang! A gunshot shattered the mountain's silence. I wasn't surprised. Plenty of hunters in the village owned old-fashioned muskets. I figured once I'd made some money, I'd get myself one too. then heading into the mountains wouldn't mean fearing predators anymore. Gun restrictions weren't strict in those days. They were easy enough to buy. Bang, bang, bang. More gunshots followed, rapid and intense. Could a hunter have run into some kind of beast? I headed toward the sound of the gunfire. A stroke of luck like this would be worth more than a few fish. Crossing through a stretch of forest, the scene ahead stopped me in my tracks. A middle-aged man was stuck in the snow, and in front of him stood a wild boar, covered in wounds, easily 200 pounds or more. Getting closer, I recognized the man, old Ma's son, a veteran hunter from the village. His leg was stuck in the snow, unable to pull free, clearly a twisted ankle. His musket had already run out of ammunition too, having only grazed the boar. The boar edged toward him step by step, each stride cautious and wary. Old Ma's son's hand, gripping his musket, shook uncontrollably. He was completely trapped, about to become the boar's next meal. We were neighbors from the same village. I couldn't just stand by and watch him die. I gripped the sickle tight and crept closer. The boar suddenly lunged forward, charging straight at old Ma's son. Whoosh! In that same instant, I closed the distance in a single bound, swinging my arm, and the sickle flew from my hand. It struck true, landing square in the boar's neck. It let out a howl and collapsed. Without a moment's hesitation, I rushed forward, yanked the sickle free, and struck it several more times until it stopped moving entirely. Chinlai, old Ma's son, stared at me, stunned. He hadn't expected me to appear out of nowhere, let alone save him in his moment of despair. Uncle Ma, are you okay? I wiped the blood off myself. Twisted my leg chasing this boar. Thanks for saving me. If not for you, it would have torn me apart. I owe you my life. Having just survived a brush with death, old Ma's son let out a long breath. My move just now had been swift and ruthless, far beyond what he'd expected. Wasn't I supposed to be some worthless gambler in his eyes? But the way I'd just taken down that boar was more skilled than even this seasoned old hunter. I dug through the snow and helped him to his feet. Chinlai, you're the one who killed this boar. Take it, he said, pointing at the carcass. I can't do that. You nearly lost your life going after it. I can't take it from you. I shook my head. It's yours. I just happened to be nearby. The boar had to weigh at least 200 pounds. If I took it home, it would solve all our current troubles in one go. But how could I possibly accept it? You saved my life. It would eat at my conscience if you didn't take it. Old Ma's son clapped me on the shoulder. Take it. It was rightfully yours to begin with. I hesitated a moment. All right, Uncle Ma. I'll accept it then. Your ankle's twisted. Let me help you back. I dragged the boar back toward the village along the way, and villagers we passed stared wide-eyed at the sight of such a massive kill. After seeing old Ma's son safely home, I hauled the boar onward toward town. We could eat ourselves sick on this meat at home, but selling it would be far more practical. The town was called White Cloud Town, 7 or 8 li from the village. It took over an hour of dragging the boar to reach the market. A boar this size immediately drew a crowd, but plenty of onlookers, not a single offer. White Cloud Town's purchasing power just wasn't there. Not many people could afford to buy 200 pounds of boar meat in one go. Selling it off pound by pound, who knew how long that would take? Just as I was starting to worry, a middle-aged man walked over. Little brother, I'll take this boar. Name your price. I thought it over. Go ahead and make an offer, big brother. As long as it's fair, the boar's yours. Market price. 70. The corner of his mouth curled up. That's a solid offer. Nod, and I'll pay right now. Taking down this boar cost me a lot of effort. 70's too low. I shook my head. One price, flat, 100. Little brother, you're asking a fortune. Besides me, no one else in this town could afford it. He gave a faint smile. If I don't buy it, you won't sell it at all. He figured no one else could afford it, and he was trying to lowball me. Don't speak too soon. If I can't sell it whole, I'll sell it by the pound instead. Just costs a bit more time. I stayed unhurried. But if you can't buy this boar from me, your butcher shop's going to have to shut down. His expression changed abruptly. How do you know that? Have you seen me before? I just said I could tell. You believe me or not? All those years as a mercenary hadn't been for nothing. His face was thick with muscle, his hands calloused, and he carried the smell of blood. Someone wanting to buy 200 pounds of pork all at once. What else could he be but a butcher? It's the dead of winter. Not many people go hunting up in the mountains, so your shop's probably running low on stock. That's why you want to buy this whole boar off me. Otherwise your shop's not opening for business this winter. I said it with a half smile. Am I wrong? He gave a bitter laugh and reluctantly pulled out 100 yuan, handing it over to me. I counted it carefully, then handed the boar over to him. Little brother, you've got a sharp eye. I'll admit defeat this time. Old Zhang here concedes. He laughed, resigned. Let's be friends. Next time you've got a catch, bring it to the Zhang family shop in Qianyan Town, and I'll pay you market price. Deal. No problem, Boss Zhang. I grinned, delighted. I hadn't expected selling a boar to turn into such a pleasant surprise. From now on, whenever I bagged game, I wouldn't have to hawk it in the market myself. That would save a huge amount of effort. Afterward, I used the money to buy rice, vegetables, and a bit of beef. On the way home, I also had a musket slung over my shoulder. With that, hunting in the mountains would be much easier going forward. Wife, come help me carry these. I brought the bags of supplies home, an excited grin on my face. Su Wan and Yin Yin would surely be thrilled at the sight of all this good food and these new treats. Su Wan came out from the house, and seeing all these things, she froze for a moment, and then her eyes turned red. Wife, no matter how happy you are, don't cry. I assumed she was moved. After all, in my past life, I'd never once brought anything home for the family. I reached out to wipe away her tears, but she snatched up the broom, leaning in the corner, and struck me hard with it. The blow left me stunned. Wife, why are you hitting me? Qinlai, do you have to drive me and Yin Yin to our deaths before you'll actually change? Her eyes were full of despair and disgust. Wife, what are you talking about? I don't understand. I was completely baffled. I'd bought so many good things. Shouldn't she be happy? Why was she this furious? You know exactly what you did. She wiped at her tears. Did I do something wrong? Tell me, and I'll fix it. I said gently. Don't be angry. It's bad for your health. Her lips trembled, her voice choked. Did you go gambling again? I knew it. All that goodness was just an act. Go ahead. Keep gambling. Once you've gambled away this whole family, I'll take Yin Yin and leave, far, far away. Only then did I understand. She'd misunderstood entirely. In her mind, how could a man addicted to gambling like his own life possibly change? I didn't. I denied it immediately. How could you think that? You didn't? Then how did you buy all this? At least 30 yuan's worth. She glared at me. Where would you get that much money, if not from gambling? Besides winning at gambling, she couldn't imagine any other way I could have gotten this much money. Wife, you've got it wrong. Let me explain. I smiled and reached toward my waistband. Get away from me. She kicked at me, disgust written across her face. I'm not interested. Don't touch me. Seeing my gesture, she grew even angrier. Even at a time like this, was I still thinking about that? Wife, what are you thinking? I'm not trying to do that. I felt a little helpless, pulling the remaining 50 yuan from my waistband. Seeing that I'd bought all this and still had this much money left over, Su Wan stumbled a step back. I didn't go gambling. My expression was completely sincere. I earned this money myself. How could she possibly believe that? Earning this much in a single day? Even if you didn't gamble, then were you up to something shady? Her voice trembled. Qinlai, I don't want to control you, and I'm too tired to try, but don't drag Nian Yin down with you. In her mind, this much money couldn't have come from gambling winnings, which meant it might have come from theft, or worse. If I ever ended up behind bars, she and our daughter would carry that shame for the rest of their lives. Wife, what wild thoughts are you having? I hurried to explain. I went up the mountain early this morning and ran into old Ma Sun, one of the village's veteran hunters. He'd twisted his ankle and run into a wild boar, nearly got mauled to death. I saved him. To thank me, he gave me the boar, and I sold it in town for 100 yuan. That's what I used to buy all this. If you don't believe me, go ask Uncle Ma yourself. He can vouch for me. To prove my innocence, I nearly dropped to my knees in front of her. Only then did Su Wan's tears stop. Is that really true? Would I lie to you about something like this? I opened the cloth bag and pulled out the musket. I also bought a musket for hunting in the mountains. Seeing how earnest I was, her emotions eased considerably, and she seemed to be wondering if she'd wronged me. Wife, I swear to you, if I'm lying, may lightning strike me down. I raised my hand again, swearing the oath. Su Wan stared into my eyes, and seeing nothing that looked like deceit, she finally relaxed. I'm sorry. I was wrong to accuse you. It's fine. You did the right thing. I pressed the money into her hands. From now on, keep an eye on me every day. If you catch me doing anything wrong, beat me as hard as you like. I promise I won't so much as flinch. Keep this money. Buy yourself and Yin Yin some new clothes. I didn't blame her one bit for doubting me. In my past life, I really had been an animal. Wow, so much good food. Yin Yin came running out from the house. Yin Yin, come here, Daddy's got a gift for you. I smiled and waved her over, pulling out a small white rabbit plush toy. Do you like it? You can hug the little rabbit while you sleep from now on. It's so cute. Thank you, Daddy. Nian Nian hugged the plush toy, bouncing with excitement. Go on back inside and play with the little rabbit. Daddy's going to cook. I ruffled her small head. Okay. Nian Nian nodded obediently and bounced back into the house. Watching our daughter's joy, relief flickered in Suwon's eyes too, and she followed me into the kitchen. The two of us worked together in the kitchen, and even though we worked up a sweat, my heart felt full. If we could just keep living this simple, good life, that would be more than enough. You bought a musket. Does that mean you're planning to keep going up the mountain to hunt from now on? Suwon glanced at the musket propped in the corner. Second uncle's family has taken over all our farmland. We've got nowhere to plant, so hunting's our only option. I nodded. Having this gun makes things a lot easier. Come to think of it, it was all because I'd been so spineless in my past life. Second uncle had talked me into letting him farm our land, promising to split the harvest with me 50-50 every year, and like a fool, I'd agreed. But once the land was in his hands, what he actually gave me came to less than 20%, and back then, too timid and afraid of conflict, I'd swallowed my resentment without a word. Now, after years of him holding onto that land, getting him to give it back was next to impossible. December's almost here. The snow's going to get heavier, and there's less game in the mountains, plus it's more dangerous. Maybe hold off on going up for a while, Suwon said, with genuine concern. The vegetables you bought will last us a while, and we've still got 50 yuan. If we're careful, we can make it to spring without trouble. Once the snow melts in spring and there's more game around, it won't be too late to go back up then. She didn't understand hunting, but she knew how dangerous the mountains could be. Every winter, some of the village's veteran hunters who went up would simply never come back. And I was no match for those seasoned hunters. Every trip up the mountain carried extra risk for me. Don't worry, I'll take care of myself. I won't go too deep, just catching some fish and rabbits is enough. I shook my head. But if we just live off stored food, sooner or later we'll run through it all. When would we ever get to live a good life then? Suwon raised an eyebrow, as if she had a lot more to say, but couldn't quite get the words out. And in the end, all she managed was, just be careful then. Once the meal was on the table, I called out toward the room. Nyen Nyen, come eat. Nyen Nyen came bounding out, hugging her little rabbit. It smells so good, and immediately dug in. Suwon and I exchanged a smile. Our family ate together, warm and content. Meanwhile, over at second uncle's dinner table, a dark cloud hung over everything. You old woman, that fine grandson of yours is living large now, and you're still not going over to enjoy the good life with him. What are you doing sticking around here with us? Wang Tsuefan shot Grandma a sidelong glare, her tone dripping with sarcasm. He nearly hacked Zhao Dabiao and his boys to pieces. Quite the fine grandson you raised. With no way to take it out on me, she could only vent her spite on Grandma instead. Just thinking about how close he'd come to being scared into wetting himself, a wave of humiliation washed over Qin Dashin. In his past life, I'd been a spineless pushover he could shove around at will. Now I was practically stepping all over him, and it was more than he could stomach. Dashin, Laiwa is your nephew. Can't you two just talk things through properly? Grandma pleaded earnestly. Let me go find him, have him apologize to you. What do you say? Grandma, Qin Lai's doing pretty well for himself now. You think he's going to come apologize to my dad? Forget it. Qin Jigang's tone dripped with envy. This morning I saw him dragging an absolutely massive boar into town. I followed him the whole way. You know how much that boar sold for? A full 100 yuan. He's living the good life now. He doesn't think twice about us anymore. What? 100 yuan? Wang Tsuefan exploded instantly. That damn ingrate. How does he get this lucky? First a rabbit, now a boar, and he doesn't even pay us back what he owes. No way. I have to make him cough it up. She slammed down her chopsticks and bowl, ready to march straight over to find me. He's like a rabid dog right now, Qin Dashin said darkly. You go find him, and you're not afraid he'll cut you down? Remembering the vicious look on my face when I'd held that sickle, Wang Tsuefan shuddered and sat back down without another word. Old woman, if you won't go teach that animal Qin Lai a proper lesson, don't expect to keep living under our roof. She turned her spite back on Grandma, gripping her by the throat. I've put up with you long enough. Can't deal with Qin Lai? Fine, I'll deal with you instead. That's enough. Qin Dashin slammed the table. Haven't caused enough chaos already? Still not satisfied. Wang Tsuefan had no choice but to let go. Old Qin, we absolutely cannot let this slide. She gritted her teeth. If I don't finish off Qin Lai, I won't be able to swallow this. Qin Dashin narrowed his eyes. I've already got a plan. This time, I'll make sure that little animal learns exactly who's in charge in the Qin family. I wasn't there to witness any of this, but what happened afterward confirmed it. They truly had nothing good in mind. Early the next morning, I headed up the mountain with the musket. I'd tested it out the night before. It had a range of about 200 meters, packed with plenty of steel pellets, plenty of stopping power. Facing down a boar was no problem. and even a tiger wouldn't be much of a threat. But my ambitions weren't that grand. Running into a wild rabbit or boar would be more than enough. I just hoped I wouldn't run into a wolf pack. Wolves traveled in groups, and if I ever ran into a real pack, this musket would be about as useful as a fire poker. The mountain was thick with fog that morning, the path ahead barely visible, the snow on the ground deep. For an ordinary person, heading into the mountains under these conditions would be extremely dangerous. But as a mercenary, I'd survived far worse environments than this. After walking over an hour without spotting any game, I crossed over a ridge and, in the snow of a gully below, spotted tracks. Wolf tracks, unfortunately, though it looked like just the one. I decided to follow and see. If there turned out to be a whole pack, I'd run. Following the tracks led me to a cave, and inside, to my surprise, 5 wolves were tearing into a kill together. I felt a flicker of disappointment. I'd hoped it might be a lone, stray wolf I could take down, but with just a musket against 5 wolves, it was simply impossible. The moment I fired, the rest would go into a frenzy and tear me apart. After observing for a while, I marked the spot and quietly slipped away, settling for catching a couple of fish by the river on my way back instead. By the time I got home, it was already afternoon. I pushed the door open and found Grandma sitting inside, with Suwon preparing some meat dishes for her. "Laiwa, you're back." Grandma looked at me warmly. "Grandma, what brings you here?" I handed the fish to Suwon, then noticed a sack of rice against the wall. "Where'd this rice come from?" "Grandma brought it," Suwon said. "Laiwa, your second uncle asked me to bring it over." Grandma smiled. "He wants me to apologize to you on his behalf, says he shouldn't have treated you that way. We're all family. No one owes anyone anything. Don't hold on to your anger at them anymore." I looked at that sack of rice, a cold sneer forming inside me. Rice grown on my own land, and they were sending it back to me like it was some act of charity. Knowing second uncle's family, if they really wanted to apologize, why not come themselves? This had to be another trick. "Grandma, I'm not angry at them, and I don't want to do anything to them either. You haven't eaten yet, have you? Stay and eat with us tonight." I didn't want to burden Grandma with worry. "No, I'll head back to your second uncle's. Otherwise he'll have words for me." Grandma patted my hand gently. "Awan told me you go up the mountain every day now to hunt. Be careful, you hear me?" "I know, Grandma. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen to me," I said gently. "Actually, why don't you move in with me instead? I can take good care of you. That shrew Wang Tsuefan is no good. I worry she'll give you a hard time." "Laiwa, don't talk nonsense. She's your second aunt. She hasn't given me any trouble." Grandma's tone turned stern. "Your second uncle and aunt are your elders. Show them some respect, understand?" Yes, Grandma, I'll listen to you." I looked towards Suwon. "Wife, do we still have some money? Give Grandma 10 yuan." Suwon didn't say anything, just pulled out 10 yuan and pressed it into Grandma's hand. "What's this for? I can't take it." Grandma tried to refuse. "You two have it hard enough already, raising Nyen on top of it. Take it back." "Grandma, we have money, keep it." I pressed it firmly into her hand. "If you won't move in with me, I won't force you. But if Wang Tsuefan doesn't feed you enough, go buy yourself something to eat. And whatever you do, don't let her find out you have money." I knew exactly what kind of person Wang Tsuefan was. A shrew and a miser rolled into one. If she found out Grandma had money, it would end up in her own pocket in no time. Grandma held my hand, her eyes welling with tears, full of relief. Everyone in the village called me a worthless gambler, a spineless loser, but she'd watched me grow up, and she'd always believed I would turn things around eventually. Seeing how much more sensible I'd become now, she said even if she died today, she could go in peace. Hearing that, my heart ached. "Your second uncle says you should all come over to eat together. It's been so long since the families gathered." Grandma added, "There's no harm in a meal. Bring Awan and Nyen along too." Suwon glanced at me. Without even realizing it, she'd started treating me as the head of the household, instinctively deferring to my judgment on everything. "Grandma, we're not going to second uncle's place." I refused decisively. I had no idea what kind of schemes second uncle was cooking up, but I knew for certain that not a single person in that family had good intentions. Who knew if this was some trap waiting for me to walk right into it? After all, second uncle had never once invited us over for a meal before. "Grandma, we've got food at home. No need to trouble them." Suwon chimed in too. She shared the same worry about a trap laid for us. Not that she feared for herself, but she couldn't risk our daughter getting caught up in it. "All right, I'll go tell your second uncle then." "What's going on? You won't even go to your second aunt's place now." Before Grandma could finish, Wang Tsuefan came strutting in, uninvited. "Made a little money and suddenly too good for your poor relatives? Is that it?" My expression darkened, and I gave her no warmth at all. Second aunt, that's not what Qinlai means. Suwan pulled out a chair for her. Wang Tsuefan rolled her eyes and didn't sit. As long as that's not what you mean. Grandma's right. We're all family. No need to make things this tense. Your second uncle and I went home and reflected. We know we were in the wrong, and we wanted to treat you to a meal to make up for it. Never expected you'd refuse to even show us that much respect. She crossed her arms, an air of superiority about her. Thank you for the kind thought, second aunt, but we've got food at home. No need to trouble you. I kept my tone flat. I'm not holding what you did against you. As long as you don't go looking for trouble, I'll still show you the respect due to elders. All right, enough of that. Since you still show us that respect, come have a meal together. Wang Tsuefan waved her hand impatiently, pointing at Nian Nian. Awan, carry Nian Nian. Let's go eat at the house. Nian Nian hid behind Su Wan, wrapping her arms tightly around her leg. Mommy, I don't want to go to second uncle's house. I later learned that Nian Nian had been to second uncle's house once before, and simply for taking one extra piece of meat at the meal, Wang Tsuefan had slapped her across the face. Back in my past life, I'd been a spineless coward. I hadn't dared stand up for my own daughter, and instead had groveled with an apology. From that day on, Nian Nian had carried that fear ever since. Seeing my daughter's unease, I comforted her gently. All right, if Nian Nian doesn't want to go, then we won't go. It's just a meal. It's not going to kill you. Wang Tsuefan's face soured. You're acting like I'm going to eat you alive. Do you want me to get down on my knees and beg? Second aunt, I couldn't handle you getting down on your knees. My expression stayed cold. Let's just stay out of each other's way, and we'll be fine. Her face darkened, and she turned to Grandma. Old woman, gone mute? Say something. Here I am, coming to beg him, and he won't give me an ounce of face. Don't blame me if something happens down the line. Laiwa, just for Grandma's sake, come have a meal together. Grandma's tone turned pleading. Grandma, I have no problem eating with you, but going to their place. I'm afraid I don't deserve that kind of good fortune. I said, if they're so eager for a meal, let them come to our place instead. Either way, it's still just a meal. What difference does it make where? I wasn't a fool. Wang Tsuefan pushing this dinner invitation so urgently. No telling what she was actually scheming. I couldn't pin down the exact plot, but I knew for certain that going would mean nothing good. I wasn't afraid of whatever tricks she had up her sleeve. I was only afraid of Su Wan and our daughter getting caught up in it. Old woman, look at this. This ungrateful wretch doesn't even think of us as family. Wang Tsuefan's face twisted with fury. I invite them out of the goodness of my heart, and he suspects me. His conscience must have been eaten by dogs. Are you done? If you've got nothing else to say, get out of my house. I had no patience left for her nonsense. If you don't want to leave on your own, I don't mind seeing you out personally. Laiwa, what are you doing? Grandma thought I was still holding a grudge over what happened before. Your second uncle and the others know they were wrong. Family shouldn't hold grudges like this. I gave a cold laugh. Grandma, I'm not holding a grudge against them. But this time, they definitely don't have good intentions. You ungrateful wretch. What's that supposed to mean? Who doesn't have good intentions? Wang Tsuefan jumped up immediately. I haven't even called you out for being vicious. And here you are accusing me first. If you won't apologize to me, this isn't over between us today. Go ahead. If you've got the guts, cut me down with that knife. She puffed out her hefty frame and stepped forward, baring her teeth and glaring at me. This time she was certain that with Grandma present, I wouldn't dare lay a hand on her in front of her. His second aunt, don't be angry. That's not what Laiwa meant. Grandma hurried to smooth things over. Laiwa, apologize to your second aunt. Don't talk nonsense. Grandma, I know you want the family to get along peacefully, but they're not willing to. I stared at Wang Tsuefan, my voice cold. I have no interest in knowing what scheme you're cooking up. I'll say it once, get out. You're not welcome here. I'd already figured out about 80 or 90% of it. Wang Tsuefan wanted to use Grandma to talk me into going to second uncle's place, and once there, use Su Wan and our daughter as leverage to threaten me. At the end of the day, they still couldn't swallow their humiliation and wanted revenge. If they really had good intentions, they wouldn't have held on to my farmland for all these years. Fine, fine, fine. You inhuman beast with no upbringing at all. Wang Tsuefan dropped to the ground, pointing a vicious finger at me. There, I won't leave. Let's see if you dare cut me down. Without another word, I drew the sickle. Wang Tsuefan's face went pale with fright, and she immediately shrieked. You stubborn old woman, aren't you going to stop him? Do you really want to just watch him hack me to death? Oh, Laiwa, you mustn't act rashly. Grandma trembled as she stepped in front of me, blocking my path. Qinlai, you filthy little bastard, You actually dare try to cut down my mother. Today I'll kill you dead." Just then, Qin Jigang came charging in, gripping a wooden club, and swung it down at me. Blocked by Grandma, I didn't react in time, and the club caught me squarely across the forehead, blood pouring out. "Daddy!" Nian Nian screamed in terror, and Su Wan's face went pale too. "Little gang, what are you doing? Why are you hitting him so hard?" Grandma cried out in shock, trying to push Qin Jigang back, but an old woman like her had no chance of moving him. "Yes, hit him harder." Wang Suifan sprang up from the ground, waving her arms wildly. "Son, beat that ungrateful animal to death for me." Qin Jigang, his eyes red, raised the club again. I didn't give him a second chance. Sidestepping around Grandma, I closed the distance and drove a kick straight into him. That kick carried everything I had, and Qin Jigang was sent flying, crashing hard onto the ground. He let out a scream, the club slipping from his grip. "You wretched bastard! You dare hit my son? I'll fight you to the death." Seeing her son beaten, Wang Suifan went into a frenzy, lunging at me like a rabid dog, clawing wildly. Smack! The moment she reached me, I raised my hand and slapped her, sending her reeling. I'd put up with this shrew for far too long. This time I held nothing back. Then I walked over to Qin Jigang and stomped on his head several times, and he screamed in pain again and again. "Qin Lai, stop it! Don't you dare hit my son!" Wang Suifan roared, charging at me. I raised the sickle and swung it, and she immediately screeched to a halt, stumbling backward and dropping to the ground, cold sweat pouring down her face in terror. I kicked Qin Jigang in the stomach a few more times, cursing as I went. "You ungrateful piece of trash! Actually thought I wouldn't dare beat you up? You struck first this time. Don't blame me for being ruthless." Beaten into a pathetic mess, Qin Jigang finally couldn't take it anymore and started begging for mercy. "Stop! Stop! I was wrong. I shouldn't have hit you. Please spare me." "Qin Lai, you damn bastard. Let go of my son, or I'll fight you to the death." Wang Suifan cursed, her voice thick with anguish. I pressed the sickle against Qin Jigang's wrist and stared coldly at her. "If you can't control that mouth of yours, I'll chop his hand right off." Wang Suifan, who'd been shrieking like a madwoman a moment ago, instantly shut her mouth, staring at her son with heartbroken eyes. "Laiwa, don't act rashly. Let go of little gang." Grandma was frantic. "He's your second uncle's only son. If anything happens to him, your second uncle will fight you to the death over it." Qin Jigang was her grandson too, and seeing him beaten this badly clearly pained her, but I was the one she'd raised. She could never find fair footing between the two of us. "Grandma, none of this family has good intentions." My expression stayed cold. "If I don't make them suffer a little, they'll think I'm too weak to touch them. Laiwa, we're all family. Let little gang go." Grandma pleaded. I looked down at Qin Jigang, sprawled miserably at my feet, and after a moment's hesitation, I stepped back. I wasn't afraid of second uncle's retaliation. I just didn't want to put Grandma in a difficult position. "Take your son and get out." I looked at Wang Suifan coldly. "I don't want to see either of you again. Come cause trouble here again, and I won't let you off so easily next time." Wang Suifan hurried to help Qin Jigang up, and seeing his bruised, bloodied face, her heart nearly bled. "Mom, go get Dad. Kill this filthy bastard." Qin Jigang glared at me viciously, as if he wanted to skin me alive. He'd been raised and coddled by second uncle and aunt his whole life. When had he ever suffered a humiliation like this? Wang Suifan wanted to curse me out, but seeing the sickle in my hand and the ferocity in my eyes, the words caught in her throat. "Son, let's go. Your father and I will get justice for you." She helped Qin Jigang away, seething with resentment. Sigh. Grandma let out a long sigh, her face heavy with worry. "We're family. How did it come to this?" "Grandma, stay here. If you go back, that shrew Wang Suifan will definitely take her anger out on you." I was genuinely worried. "Laiwa, your second aunt wouldn't do that. I'll go back and talk some sense into your second uncle. Let's just chalk today up to a misunderstanding." Grandma shook her head and walked off, leaning on her cane. "Things were already tense before, and now you've beaten Qin Jigang like that today." Suwan said, "They're going to come back and cause more trouble. Don't be afraid, wife. I'm here." I wasn't concerned. However many times they come, I'll beat them back that many times, until they're too scared to try again. "Isn't it just a meal?" Suwan seemed a little puzzled. "Maybe your second uncle really doesn't mean any harm. You're underestimating them. If they genuinely wanted to invite us for a meal, they wouldn't go about it this way." I gave a light scoff. "They definitely have some other motive. We can't fall for it. Right now, Suwan and our daughter were my only weak points." Knowing what kind of people second uncle and Wang Tsuifan were, they were capable of anything. I had to stay on guard against them. Daddy, Nian Nian blinked her big eyes, asking timidly, did we do something wrong? Why do second uncle and the others keep bullying us? I hugged her tight, my heart aching. Nian Nian, it's not us who's wrong, it's them. Don't blame yourself. Hearing my daughter say that left a bitter taste in my heart. Meanwhile, Wang Tsuifan helped Qin Jigang back home. What happened? How did he get hurt like this? Qin Dashan rushed over, alarmed. Who else but that animal nephew of yours? Beat our son up like this. He's completely inhuman. Wang Tsuifan was so furious she could barely catch her breath, tears streaming down. Her son was the apple of her eye. Even a small stumble as a child would have her worried sick for half a day, let alone this. Learning that I was the one who'd done it, Qin Dashan's face darkened, his fists clenching so hard the veins bulged. Is little Gang all right? Let me get some medicine for him. Grandma had come back with them and went to fetch medicine right away. Seeing Qin Jigang beaten like this pained her too, but she couldn't blame me for it. After all, Qin Jigang had struck first. You old hag, you've still got the nerve to come back. Wang Tsuifan turned her fury on Grandma. Qin Lai beat my son. Why didn't you stop him? That animal Qin Lai is your grandson. Isn't my son your grandson too? Of course little Gang is my grandson too. Grandma sighed heavily. Cut the fake sympathy, get out of my sight. Wang Tsuifan shoved Grandma. Enough. What's the point of throwing my mother out? Qin Dashan's face darkened. This Qin Lai has gone too far. I absolutely cannot let this slide. I'm going to make him kneel in front of me and beg for forgiveness. So what's your plan? Wang Tsuifan asked. That bastard's a rabid dog now, biting anyone who comes near. Even Zhao Dabiao's afraid of him. What can we possibly do about him? If I can't get to him directly, I'll go after his wife, go after his daughter. Qin Dashan said sharply. As long as it settles this score, there's nothing I won't do. That night, the wind howled outside, rattling the doors and windows. Mommy, I'm cold. Deep in the night, Nian Nian shivered and curled tighter into Su Wan's arms. Nian Nian, hold on a bit longer. Daddy's going to shut the doors and windows. I laid my own blanket over my daughter, sealed up the doors and windows, then went outside to warm myself by the firewood. My sleep had always been light to begin with. A few hours was all I ever needed. I'd barely sat there a few minutes when Su Wan came out from the room. Go inside and sleep with Nian Nian. I'm fine. Go on and get some sleep. I gave her a smile. You've been exhausted these past few days. You should rest more. Everything I'd done these past few days, she'd taken note of it all. Just as I was about to speak, a faint sound reached my ears. The ground outside was covered in snow. Footsteps on it would make a faint crunching sound, soft, but I heard it clearly. What's wrong? Su Wan looked puzzled. Shoo. I made a hushing gesture. Go inside and watch over Nian Nian. Don't come out. Su Wan didn't ask further, nodding and heading back inside. I got up, grabbed the sickle, and headed out the door, following the sound. The snow kept falling steadily. Someone moving around in the dead of night like this was suspicious on its own. As I got closer, I saw a shadowy figure lurking furtively near the courtyard wall. Without a word, I walked toward it, my expression cold. The other person heard me too and spun around abruptly, wearing a black mask, face completely hidden. I raised the sickle and struck with the blunt side. The person's eyes went wide, and they dropped to the ground, scrambling and stumbling away in a panicked retreat. I didn't chase after them. Looking at the footprints in the snow and where they'd been standing, I frowned. That spot was right by the window where Su Wan and our daughter slept. This person had clearly come for my wife and daughter. I hadn't gotten a clear look at who it was, but there were only so few people who held a grudge against me. Coming out in the snow, in the dead of night, to cause trouble like this. It was pretty obvious who it had to be. What happened? Su Wan asked anxiously when I got back inside. Nothing. Probably someone's dog got loose. I gave a light smile. Get some sleep. It'll be dawn soon. I didn't tell her the truth. I didn't want her to worry. Besides, second uncle had been thoroughly frightened by me. Surely he wouldn't dare come back tonight. Sure enough, I later found out it had indeed been second uncle that night. He'd run home out of breath and only relaxed once he confirmed no one had followed him. Old Qin, did it go well? Wang Tsuifan asked anxiously. Don't even ask. I nearly got hacked to death by that Qin-like kid. Qin Dashan was still panting. I was so careful, and he still spotted me. Lucky it was pitch black out there. He couldn't tell it was me. This is unbelievable. Wang Tsuifan held back her breath. How did that little animal turn into a completely different person, so hard to deal with now? Let's just go to sleep. It didn't work this time, but there's always next time. Qin Dashan waved his hand. Sooner or later, I'll make that kid kneel in front of me and beg for mercy. The heavy snow kept falling until morning. I knew there'd be no going up the mountain today. Weather this brutal, heading up there would be no different from a death wish. After breakfast, I tied the sickle to my waist and headed out. It's snowing this hard, and you're still going up the mountain? Suwon chased after me. I'm not going up the mountain, just into town. I'll be back soon. She didn't ask further. As long as I stayed away from gambling, she didn't question anything I did. The roads were all buried under snow, and it took me over 2 hours to reach White Cloud Town. I made my way straight to the gambling den, familiar with every turn. In my past life, I practically lived there, sometimes staying for days on end, unwilling to leave, obsessed with winning back my losses, but every single time, I'd lost everything down to the last cent. The gambling den was fairly large, over a dozen tables, with gamblers from several nearby villages gathering there daily. Even people from the neighboring town came. Well, if it isn't Qinlai. The moment I pushed the door open, a bald man threw an arm around my shoulder. Haven't seen you in a few days. Here to donate more money today? I'd been a regular here for so long. Everyone knew me, but since I'd never once won, they all treated me as a walking punchline. I'm here to find someone. Is Zhao Dabiao around? I asked casually, playing mahjong in the back. Baldy said, heard you two had a falling out? We're all brothers here. Sit down, have a couple drinks, it'll blow over. I didn't bother with small talk, pushing past him and heading inside. Sure enough, Zhao Dabiao sat at a mahjong table, sulking. Clearly, he'd lost a good deal of money. I walked up behind him and clapped a hand on his shoulder. The hell? Who's touching me? Zhao Dabiao jumped up furiously, cursing as he turned around. I said, why's today going so badly? Halfway through cursing, he saw it was me, and his hostile expression instantly froze. The rest of the words swallowed back down. I crooked a finger at him. Come outside for a minute. I need to talk to you. Qinlai, aren't we settled? Our grudge cleared? You're still here looking for trouble with me. Zhao Dabiao's face darkened. If this had been before, he'd have slapped me across the face already. But with me being a madman now, he didn't dare provoke me. Relax, I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm here to help you make a little money, I said with a flat smile. Interested? You? Make me money. He looked at me with contempt. I bet you want to gamble and you're broke, trying to swindle me instead. Hear me out first. I stayed unhurried. Last time my second uncle came with you to cause trouble at my house. How much did he pay you? Didn't pay me anything. Zhao Dabiao raised an eyebrow. Qin Dashin really hadn't given him a single cent, and had even said the job wasn't finished properly, leaving him at a loss besides. He'd been irritated about it, but knowing he was in the wrong to begin with, he hadn't had the nerve to demand payment. That second uncle of mine, still as stingy as ever. I gave a light laugh. I'll pay you back what you're owed, and you can squeeze another payment out of him too. What do you say? I leaned in close to his ear and laid out the plan. Zhao Dabiao listened, his expression turning suspicious. That's easy enough for me. But why should I trust you? What if you're setting me up? Say what you want. That's still your second uncle. Family. You're really this ruthless. He wants me dead. What's family got to do with it? I shrugged it off. One word, are you in or not? You get 10 yuan from me if this works. And this time you'll walk away with at least a few dozen more, enough to keep you gambling for a while. Zhao Dabiao stroked his chin, thinking it over for a long moment, then nodded. Fine, but don't try anything on me, or I'll take you down with me. Then it's settled. I'll wait for the good news. I turned and left the gambling den. That noon, second uncle's family was sitting down for lunch. Old Qin, when are we making our move again tonight? Wang Suifan pressed impatiently. A day without revenge, and she couldn't even enjoy her meal. What's the rush? That animal's definitely on guard now. Qin Dashin said in a low voice. Going again tonight would just be walking into a trap. Dashin, what are you two scheming now? Grandma's head ached. Stop going after Laiwa, please. Old woman, shut your mouth. Wang Suifan glared at her. Eat your food, and if you don't want to, get out of the way. Dad, next time you make a move, bring me along. Qin Jigang's eyes flashed with malice. Don't rush it. You'll get your chance for revenge. Qin Dashin nodded. Qinlai definitely suspects it was me last night. Let's lay low for now. Wait until he lets his guard down before we move. A twisted, unsettling smile crept across Qin Jigang's lips. Revenge alone isn't enough. I want to make him wish he were dead. I'm going to take his wife, right in front of him. That woman Suwon. I've had my eye on her for a long time. He'd always been jealous that I'd managed to marry someone as beautiful as Suwon. He felt he was no worse than me. So why should he be the one stuck single? This time, he'd finally found his excuse. Little gang, you can't do that. There'll be consequences. Grandma hurried to caution him. Old woman, this isn't your place to speak. Wang Suifan scoffed. That loose woman Su Wan, being noticed by my son. Her ancestors must be smiling down from their graves. Just then, Zhao Dabiao walked in, flanked by two burly, thick-necked men. Old Qin, you're home. Good. I've got business with you. Zhao Dabiao, what are you here for? Qin Dashan raised an eyebrow. To settle accounts, of course. Zhao Dabiao sat down uninvited, crossing his legs. Last time you hired me for a job, promised me 5 yuan, never paid up. I made myself clear. You brought all those men and still couldn't even take down one Qin Lai, and you've got the nerve to ask for payment? Qin Dashan said sharply. Get out, not a single cent. That's not how this works. You asked for my help. I didn't say no. How was I supposed to know Qin Lai would go that crazy and injure several of my brothers? Zhao Dabiao spread his hands. Now they're all coming to me for medical bills. What am I supposed to do? Want money? Go find Qin Lai for it. He's the one who beat them up, has nothing to do with me. Qin Dashan was seething, giving him no warmth at all. Old Qin, if you hadn't paid me to go over there, my brothers wouldn't have gotten hurt. You're responsible for this. Zhao Dabiao's expression turned cold. Give me an answer, or this isn't over. So what do you want? Qin Dashan clenched his fists. Compensate me and my brothers for our losses. I won't ask for much, 50 yuan, and we're settled. Zhao Dabiao held up 5 fingers. That's a fair price. 50 yuan? Why don't you just rob us? Wang Suifan was instantly furious. Cut the crap. I got dragged into this because of you. You owe me compensation. Zhao Dabiao stood up abruptly, kicking a stool aside. Either pay up, or I'll trash your house. Try it, and see what happens. Qin Dashan was enraged. Don't think I'm afraid of some 2-bit thug like you. Given an inch, and you take a mile. Zhao Dabiao waved a hand. Trash it. Trash it good. The 2 burly men grabbed stools and started smashing everything in sight. Stop it. Wang Suifan stomped her feet in fury, not daring to step in. Zhao Dabiao, you son of a bitch, I'll fight you to the death. Qin Dashan lunged at him, and the 2 grappled together. But he was no match for the young, strong Zhao Dabiao, who grabbed him by the throat with one hand and threw him flat on the ground. You dare hit my father. Qin Jigang ran into the kitchen and came charging out with a cleaver, but the moment he raised it, the 2 burly men pinned him down. You still want to play with knives against me? Zhao Dabiao stomped on his wrist. Ah! Qin Jigang screamed, the cleaver slipping from his grip, and Zhao Dabiao kicked him in the head a few more times. You animals, you dare hit my son? I'll fight you to the death. Wang Suifan lunged at Zhao Dabiao, clawing wildly at his face. True, get lost. Zhao Dabiao showed no mercy, slapping her hard enough to send her flying. Unable to even get back up, Grandma cried out weakly from the side. Stop it, please stop. Zhao Dabiao dusted off his hands and grabbed Qin Dashan by the collar. You paying up or not? Pay your mother. Qin Dashan gritted his teeth. I'm remembering this. I will not let this go. Smack. Zhao Dabiao slapped him again. You think I was scared into growing up soft? Go on, carry that TV out, it'll fetch a decent price. Not many households in those days could afford a television. Even second uncle's family had saved up for a long time before buying one. You can't take that, you can't take it. Wang Suifan looked like she'd rather die than lose it. Whenever you cough up the 50 yuan, I'll give the TV back. Zhao Dabiao dropped that line and left with his men. What kind of luck is this? Why is our family so cursed? Wang Suifan sat on the ground wailing. I don't want to live anymore. First they'd suffered my humiliation, and now they'd been strong-armed by Zhao Dabiao too. When had this family ever endured this kind of disgrace? Second uncle, did your house get robbed? Just then, I walked in with a woven sack over my shoulder, grinning cheerfully. Seeing my gleeful expression, second uncle's whole family looked ready to explode with rage. You little animal, seeing our family suffer like this makes you happy? Wang Suifan snapped, furious. Don't get too smug. Sooner or later you'll end up worse off than us. Then I wish that dream comes true for you, second aunt. I said with a flat smile. You little bastard, did you send Zhao Dabiao here to cause trouble? Qin Dashan was livid. Zhao Dabiao had just left, and I'd shown up right after with my mocking remarks. Hard not to connect the dots. This is that useless wretch's doing again. Wang Suifan cursed viciously. Why doesn't heaven strike you down? If heaven had any sense, it'd strike you down instead. I said mockingly. Zhao Dabiao and I already have bad blood between us. Why would he listen to me? No proof. Don't go slinging accusations. Laiwa, that's enough. Grandma pushed me toward the door. Don't provoke your second uncle and aunt any further. It's cold outside. Go on home and take care of Nian Nian. She was afraid I'd anger Qin Dashan further and something bad would happen. Grandma, I'll head back then. Come by whenever you're free. There's always plenty of meat. I gave a cold smile and turned to leave. Back home, Nien Nien came trotting up to me, curious. Daddy, what did you buy this time? I opened the woven sack. Inside were animal traps, a whetstone, and a small dagger for carrying on my person. These are all useful things. I stroked her head. With these, Nien Nien will get to eat even more meat. Happy, happy. Nien Nien nodded eagerly. I set the traps aside and looked at Su Wan. Wife, these cost 8 yuan this time. I'll earn it back soon. That's money you earned. How you spend it is your business. No need to tell me. Su Wan didn't press further. Your bath water's ready. Go on and wash up. As long as I stayed away from gambling, she didn't worry about how I spent the money. After my bath, I settled in and slept soundly. Daddy, daddy. The next day, I was woken by my daughter's soft, babyish voice. Opening my eyes, I saw Nien Nien standing by the window, her small hand gently shaking my wrist. Nien Nien, why are you up so early today? I rubbed my eyes. Daddy, it's almost noon already. She swayed my finger back and forth. I glanced out the window. The sky was already bright, and the day-long snowfall had finally stopped. Daddy, Mommy's made breakfast. Come eat. Stepping out of the room, Su Wan had already set the table for me. Why didn't you wake me? I hadn't expected to sleep this long. You were so exhausted, I wanted to let you rest a bit more. Su Wan said softly. Eat up, before it gets cold. A wave of emotion washed over me. In my past life as a mercenary, I'd lived every day on edge, my sleep always light, and even after being reborn, I'd only ever managed a few hours at a time. I supposed I'd just been too worn out these past few days, and being in this warm, comforting home had finally let my guard down enough to sleep this deeply. After eating my fill, I strapped on the musket, the animal traps, and the dagger, and headed out the door. Come home early, Daddy. Su Wan held our daughter as they saw me off at the door, Nien Nien smiling and waving, and a smile I hadn't seen in a long time appeared on Su Wan's face too. Faint as it was, it warmed my heart. I will. Daddy will be back soon. Be good and wait for me. I waved and turned, tears welling in the corners of my eyes. Wasn't this exactly the life I'd wanted to come back to? In my past life, I'd been out of my mind, destroying everything good with my own hands, leaving my family shattered. Heading into the mountains, I followed yesterday's markers back to that wolf den. Good luck was on my side. All 5 wolves were still there, curled up asleep inside. It had snowed all day yesterday, so they hadn't gone out foraging. I backed away carefully, not wanting to startle them. They hadn't eaten in a long while. The moment they spotted me, they'd surely swarm and tear me apart. I made my way to the river in the gully and caught a fish, then walked closer to the den to build a fire and roast it, laying out the animal traps along the path to the cave entrance as I went. Those 5 wolves, half-starved by now, would come running the instant they caught the scent of roasting meat. With the number of traps I'd set, catching them shouldn't be a problem. Once the fish was roasted, I ate it slowly, waiting patiently by the traps. When I finished, feeling like enough time had passed, I put out the fire and headed toward the traps. A few steps in, I spotted a chaotic mess of wolf tracks in the snow, and my excitement stirred. All the tracks led toward the traps, which meant I'd caught something. But when I reached the traps, I was sorely disappointed. Of the 8 traps I'd set, only 1 had actually caught a wolf, the rest had failed. A wolf under 50 pounds had been impaled through the body by the spikes, its blood staining the snow around it red, long since dead. Looking at the chaotic tracks on the ground, it seemed the first wolf had gotten caught in the trap, and the rest, spooked, had scattered in panic. A shame, only caught 1, but at least it's not nothing. I shook my head, opened the trap, packed the wolf into the woven sack, and went to collect the rest of the traps. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Just then, the sound of footsteps in the snow came from the trees nearby. I straightened immediately, raising the musket, the barrel pointed toward the sound. The footsteps grew closer, my finger resting on the trigger, ready to fire the instant I sensed danger. The next second, a snarling wolf burst out, lunging straight at me. Without hesitation, I pulled the trigger. Bang! The gunshot rang out, several steel pellets tearing into the wolf, blood exploding outward, and it collapsed mid-charge, dead. I was just catching my breath when another wolf suddenly charged from behind me. Incredibly fast, incredibly close. No time to fire at all. I reacted instantly, drawing my dagger and thrusting it forward. The dagger sank solidly into the wolf's chest, but the massive impact still knocked me off my feet. Right behind me was a steep slope, and I tumbled down it, unable to stop myself. Bang! My forehead slammed into a tree, blood pouring out, my vision swimming, and everything went black. By evening, Su Wan had finished cooking dinner, but there was still no sign of me. Mommy, why isn't Daddy back yet? Nian Nian sat by the door, staring longingly in the direction I'd headed into the mountains. Suwon felt the anxiety rising too. By now, I should have been long back. Nian Nian, why don't you eat first? She comforted her. Daddy will be back by the time you finish. I don't want to. Nian Nian shook her head. I want to wait for Daddy and eat together. All right, then we'll wait together. Suwon forced a faint smile. Her heart felt heavy with worry. Before, she wouldn't have cared whether I lived or died out there. But now, she couldn't help but worry. Time passed, and it was already 8 at night. I was still hanging on that mountain slope, saved only by a single tree that had stopped my fall. Wife, Nian Nian, don't leave me. My body trembled. Don't leave. I jolted awake suddenly, opening my eyes to pitch darkness. Night had fully fallen. I gasped for breath. I'd just had a nightmare, dreaming that Suwon had taken our daughter and walked away from me. Thankfully, the nightmare had jolted me awake. Otherwise, if I'd kept sleeping, I would have frozen to death right there in the mountains. After recovering for a while, I climbed back up from the slope. 2 pools of blood stained the snow, 2 wolf carcasses, one I'd killed with the musket. There was no time to worry about hauling the wolves back right now. Night had fallen. The roads were rugged and covered in snow, and I couldn't make out the way down the mountain at all. Worse, the temperature was plummeting fast. If I couldn't keep my body warm, my life would end right here in these mountains. And I had no idea whether the wolf that had attacked me was still nearby. If it charged again, I'd be done for either way. No time to overthink it. I hurried to gather branches and build a fire. After more than 10 minutes of effort, the flames caught, and I finally felt some warmth return. Visibility was 0 in every direction. I didn't dare attempt to head down blindly. That would be no different from a death wish. All I could do was keep watch over the fire, dragging the wolf carcasses beside me, skinning them and gutting them with my dagger, then roasting the meat over the flames. Before long, the smell of roasting meat drifted up, and I tore off a piece and stuffed it into my mouth. The meat still carried a bloody, gamey taste, and I nearly gagged, but I forced myself to swallow it down anyway. In an environment like this, I had to keep my energy up, whatever it took to survive the night. Before long, I'd eaten through half a wolf's worth of meat, gathering every branch within reach and crouching by the fire. Even as drowsiness crept over me, I forced myself to stay awake. If I fell asleep and the fire went out, I'd freeze to death for sure. And with so many wild animals in these mountains, if a wolf or bear came prowling, I'd be finished for certain. I held out until dawn broke, then finally put out the fire and dragged the other wolf down the mountain. Back home, Suwon hadn't slept well all night. The night before, our daughter had kept asking why Daddy still wasn't home, and it had taken her along while to soothe Nian Nian to sleep, while she herself stayed awake the whole night, her mind consumed with worry over where I'd gone and whether I'd run into danger. At dawn, she made breakfast for 3 as usual, sitting by the door, staring blankly in the direction of the mountains, hoping to see my figure appear. After waiting over an hour, my figure slowly came into view. She stood up, a flicker of excitement rising in her. I was filthy from head to toe, my face haggard, dried blood still crusted on my forehead. She rushed to meet me instinctively. Where were you last night? Why are you bleeding? What happened? She poured out all her worry in one breath. She'd genuinely been terrified, thinking I might never make it back. Wife, I'm fine. I gave her a relaxed smile. Too much snow up there. I cracked my head open, and it got dark too fast to see the way down, so I spent the night up in the mountains. I didn't tell her the whole truth. I didn't want her to worry. But seeing the wolf I was dragging behind me, she knew I was holding something back. Last night must have been rough for me. Let's get you home. It's warm inside. She wanted to say something more caring, but the words wouldn't come out. Once inside, I brought the wolf into the kitchen and sat down to eat breakfast. Go get some sleep after you eat. You definitely didn't sleep last night. Suwon said gently. Okay. I nodded. Daddy, you're back. Nian Nian came running out of the room, throwing herself at me in excitement. I scooped her up into my arms. Nian Nian, Daddy's sorry for not coming home earlier yesterday. I'm not mad at Daddy. Nian Nian buried her face in my shoulder. As long as Daddy's back, that's all that matters. After breakfast, I washed up and went back to bed. I slept for a long time, and by the time I woke, it was already dark outside. I stepped out of the room to find Suwon had already set the table. I sat down and suddenly remembered something. Wife, you haven't cooked that wolf yet, have you? No. Suwon shook her head. We've still got plenty of meat left at home. No point wasting it. I'm thinking of taking all the game I catch from now on to the market to sell, turn it into cash. I shared the idea. With money, we can buy more useful things. What do you think? Whatever you decide is fine. As long as what I did was reasonable, she wouldn't stand in the way. Early the next morning, instead of heading up the mountain, I took the wolf to the Zhang family shop in Xinyan town. Boss Zhang had just opened up, and seeing me carrying a wolf on my back, he immediately called out with a grin. "Brother Qin, impressive. You actually hunted down a wolf. Didn't you say to bring whatever I catch straight here?" I set the wolf down on the table. "Take a look. Got this the day before yesterday. See if it's up to your standards." Boss Zhang weighed it out and nodded. "Not bad, at least 60 pounds. The meat's not exactly fresh, but it's serviceable. Flat price, 30 yuan. Deal." I smiled and shook his hand. "Brother Qin, I've got to hand it to you. With all this heavy snow blocking the mountains, most of the veteran hunters don't even dare go up there. And you not only keep going up, you keep bringing back good hauls." Boss Zhang threw an arm around my shoulder. "You got some kind of special skill or something? Just good luck." I smiled and shook my head. "Nothing else to handle. I'll head out." Afterward, I stopped by the tool shop to restock some traps and hunting equipment, and instead of heading straight home, I made my way over to White Cloud Town again. At the gambling den, second uncle had come looking for Zhao Dabiao. This part one only learned about later from Zhao Dabiao himself. "What's this?" "Come to pay back my 50 yuan. Zhao Dabiao shuffled the tiles, not even glancing at Qin Dashin. "Dabiao, let's talk." Qin Dashin took a deep breath. He had no idea how to deal with a lowlife like Zhao Dabiao. "Got money, we talk." "No money, nothing to talk about." Zhao Dabiao crossed his legs. Qin Dashin reluctantly pulled out 35 yuan. "This is everything I've got. We're from the same village. Don't make this hard on me. Just give me back the TV." Handing over that much money felt like cutting off a piece of his own flesh, but to get the TV back, he had no choice. Zhao Dabiao nearly took it, but remembering what I'd told him, he hesitated. "Old Qin, it's not that I'm unwilling. It's my brothers who won't budge." Zhao Dabiao feigned difficulty. "Without the full 50, this isn't getting resolved." "Where would I get 50 yuan?" Qin Dashin forced down his anger. "You're going to drive me to my death over 15 measly yuan? Earning 15 yuan's not hard at all." Zhao Dabiao pointed toward the gambling table behind him. "Just play a couple rounds. You'll have it in no time." "I don't gamble." "Suit yourself." Zhao Dabiao shrugged. "Come up short of 50, and you can forget about getting that TV back." Qin Dashin hesitated for a long moment, then gritted his teeth and sat down at the table. "Now that's more like it." Zhao Dabiao clapped him on the shoulder with a grin. "Play a couple rounds. That's all it'll take." Qin Dashin had never gambled before, but even someone who'd never eaten pork had seen a pig walk by. He picked up the tiles with practiced ease. After 2 rounds, he'd already won more than the 50 yuan he needed. "Pretty lucky, huh?" Zhao Dabiao flattered him. "Play a few more rounds. After you pay me back the 50, you'll still have money left to take home, and your wife won't even have anything to say about it." Qin Dashin found the logic sound, and besides, he developed quite a taste for the thrill of placing bets. Winning money on top of it, why not keep going? He played several more rounds, and luck seemed to be on his side no matter what. In under half an hour, he'd won over 100 yuan, his hands and feet trembling with excitement. This was his first time gambling, and he never expected it to be this addictive. No wonder, in my past life, I'd nearly sold my own daughter over this. Seeing him win over and over, Zhao Dabiao's eyes lit up with greed, and he took the 50 yuan directly, then sat down to play himself. "Dabiao, you've got your 50 yuan now, so it's time to give me back the TV. I should head home." Qin Dashin wanted to quit while he was ahead, but a gambler across the table wasn't having it. "Hey, old Jiang, gonna run the moment you win? Play a couple more rounds." The man had a face thick with muscle and a knife scar across his brow, clearly someone not to be trifled with. Qin Dashin recognized him. Chen Jihu, the biggest thug in town, someone even Zhao Dabiao didn't dare provoke. "Brother Hu, I really need to head back. I'll come play another day." Qin Dashin smiled obsequiously. "Cut the crap, keep playing." Chen Jihu barked. "Win some money and think you can just walk away? Not that easy." Zhao Dabiao chimed in too. "Old Jiang, your luck's this good, you're bound to keep winning. Keep going." Qin Dashin had no choice but to sit back down. "Fine, one last round then." That round, Qin Dashin lost. All 20-some yuan, gone in an instant, his eyes going blank, unable to snap out of it for a long while. Meanwhile, I arrived at the gambling den, exchanged a greeting with the doorman, and Zhao Dabiao came out to meet me. "Qin Lai, what brings you here?" Zhao Dabiao grinned. "Itching to play a couple rounds? Always welcome." In his mind, a worthless gambler was always a worthless gambler. He figured I'd hold out a few days at most before crawling back through that door. "I've quit." I pulled 10 yuan from my pocket and pressed it into his hand. "This is what I promised you. Take it." Qinlai, since when did you become such an honorable man? Zhao Dabiao grinned from ear to ear, throwing an arm around my shoulder. Made some money recently? Bring your brother along for the ride. What money could I possibly make? I couldn't muster any warmth toward him. Anyway, whenever I need your help going forward, I'll make sure you get paid. I wasn't going to change my opinion of Zhao Dabiao just because of one successful arrangement. A lowlife like him would work for whoever paid. Today he'd take my money and help me. Tomorrow second uncle could pay him and he'd turn around and come after me instead. Not to mention, he'd bullied Su Wan right in front of my own eyes before. If I'd had any other manpower to draw on, I wouldn't have gone to him at all. All right, I've got something to tell you. You'll definitely be pleased to hear it. Zhao Dabiao pointed inside, a sly grin spreading across his face. That second uncle of yours, he's caught the gambling bug in there. My second uncle? I was genuinely surprised. He's never touched gambling before. Zhao Dabiao laid out the whole story for me. So that's how it went. I gave a light scoff. No wonder you're grinning like that. You actually got your 50 yuan. Your second uncle's in real trouble now. Chen Jihu's got his eye on him. He's not walking out that door today without getting skinned. Zhao Dabiao smirked with amusement. Want to go in and watch the show? Let's go. I didn't hesitate for a second. Nothing in the world could make me happier than watching second uncle's misfortune. To keep second uncle from spotting me, Zhao Dabiao led me up to the loft. By now, Qin Dashin's forehead was covered in sweat. Only 20-some yuan left on the table in front of him. Across from him sat the scar-faced man. I recognized him instantly as Chen Jihu. You playing or not? If not, give up your seat to someone else. Chen Jihu snapped impatiently. He'd already won back his stake. Qin Dashin wiped at the cold sweat on his brow, showing no sign of leaving. Looks like this second uncle of yours is hooked. Zhao Dabiao's mouth curled upward. Won over 100 a minute ago. Now he's down to this little. He's got to be feeling it. Wants to win it back. I knew that gambler's mindset all too well. I could see it clearly. Qin Dashin was slowly losing his grip on reason. Hey, playing or not? Chen Jihu slapped the table impatiently. Playing. Qin Dashin gritted his teeth and pushed all 20-some yuan onto the table. All in. The moment he pushed it forward, his whole body was shaking, cold sweat covering his forehead. The tiles flipped over. He'd lost again. As Chen Jihu swept up the money, his eyes went completely blank. Hey, you're out of money, get up. Someone shoved him, and he finally snapped back to reality. Brother who? Can I get one more round? He panted. You're out of money. Who's playing with you? Chen Jihu taunted. Qin Dashin fell silent for a moment, then asked, staring straight ahead. Brother who? Could you lend me some money? This second uncle of yours is finished. Zhao Dabiao gave a light chuckle. I watched the whole scene unfold, my face expressionless. If there was one thing I understood better than anyone, it was that a gambler's road to ruin always began the moment they started borrowing money at the gambling table. And borrowing from someone like Chen Jihu, of all people, once you couldn't pay it back, there'd be no recovering until you'd been bled dry. Why should I lend you anything? We're not even close. Chen Jihu said with contempt. Brother who? Lend me 30, I'll pay you back 35. Qin Dashin's eyes had gone red. I'm bound to win next time. I can lend it to you, but you'll need to put up collateral. Chen Jihu sneered. Qin Dashin thought it over for a moment. I've got 5 mu of farmland. Would that work? That'll work. Chen Jihu grinned wide. 10 yuan per mu. Sign the note, and I'll lend you 50. He snapped his fingers, and someone brought over a promissory note. Qin Dashin glanced at it, his face souring. The interest is this high. A week's loan, and I owe an extra 20 on top. Those are my terms. Sign if you want the loan, walk if you don't. Chen Jihu scoffed. Besides, didn't you say you're bound to win? Just pay me back once you do. Hearing that logic, Qin Dashin signed his name without a moment's hesitation. I shook my head, no longer interested in watching, and turned to leave. Leaving already? Not sticking around for the show? Zhao Dabiao asked. Not interesting anymore. I'd already guessed how this would end for Qin Dashin. Walking out of the gambling den, I hummed a little tune on my way back to the village, my mood better than it had ever been. Passing by veteran hunter Old Ma Sun's house, I greeted his wife, Aunt Li. Aunt Li doing laundry? Oh, it's Qin Lai. Just back from town. Aunt Li looked up warmly. Is Uncle Ma's leg feeling better? Much better, all thanks to you. Otherwise Old Ma might never have made it back. Aunt Li turned and went inside, quickly coming back out with half a pound of pork, pressing it into my hands. Take this pork, thank you for saving Old Ma. Aunt Li, I can't accept this. I tried to decline. In those days, a taste of meat wasn't easy to come by. Half a pound of pork was quite precious. Take it. Take it. You saved Old Ma's life. This bit of meat is nothing. Aunt Li insisted, pushing it into my hands. Qin Lai, don't mind me speaking out of turn, but with a wife as lovely and a daughter as sweet as yours, you really can't go back to gambling. Aunt Lee said earnestly. Living a good, honest life beats everything else. Don't worry, Aunt Lee, I've already quit. I smiled. In my past life, I'd been so far gone that the village never had much use for me, and even Aunt Lee rarely bothered to speak to me. After I saved Uncle Ma, her attitude toward me changed considerably. After chatting a while longer, I carried the pork home. Reaching the door, I walked a circle around the house. A few holes had opened up along the window frames. If they weren't properly repaired, a heavy snowfall could freeze someone to death. But repairs would cost a fair sum, and what I'd earned so far wasn't quite enough. I needed to earn more. I'd promised to give Su Wan and our daughter a good life, and I wasn't going to go back on my word. Walking in, Su Wan saw me holding the pork. We haven't even finished the meat we've got at home, and you bought more, such a waste. I didn't buy it. Aunt Lee next door gave it to me. I carried the meat into the kitchen. I saved Uncle Ma last time, and she insisted on giving me something. Su Wan felt a wave of comfort settle over her. Life at home was steadily improving. Laiwa, Laiwa. Just then, Grandma came hurrying in, leaning on her cane, her face full of urgency. Grandma, slow down. Su Wan rushed to support her. Grandma's legs weren't steady, and seeing her move this fast worried her. She might trip and fall. Laiwa, something's happened to your second uncle. Go take a look, quick. Grandma said anxiously. Grandma, don't panic. Tell me slowly what happened. Your second uncle went gambling and lost money, and borrowed a lot more on top of it. And now the people he owes have come to the house demanding payment. He can't pay, and they want to take the land deed. If he doesn't give it up, they say they'll break his legs. Grandma stomped her foot in distress. Laiwa, please, go help your second uncle. Whatever else he was, Qin Dashan was still her son. She had no idea who else to turn to, so she'd come to me. Second uncle went gambling? Su Wan was genuinely surprised. Qin Dashan never gambled. How could he have lost this much money? Grandma, don't get so worked up. Take care of your health. I held onto Grandma's arm. I'll go over and take a look with you. I helped Grandma walk towards second uncle's house, with Su Wan following behind, carrying Nian Nian. Soon, I saw Chen Jihu, flanked by several thugs, blocking second uncle's front door, cursing up a storm. Qin Dashan, you owe a debt. Pay it back, now. Chen Jihu barked. No money, and I'll break your legs today. A fair number of villagers had gathered around. Hearing that Qin Dashan had gambling debts, everyone was shocked. He'd always had a decent reputation in the village, and no one had expected him to get into this kind of trouble. Qin Dashan stood in the doorway, his face ashen, while Wang Cuifan and Qin Jigang cowered behind him, trembling. This mother and son, who usually only threw their weight around within their own four walls, were too terrified to say a word in front of these menacing thugs. Old Qin, what's going on here? Wang Cuifan was on the verge of tears with panic. How did you end up gambling and owing this much money? Brother who? I just signed that note. The week's not even up yet. Qin Dashan frowned. Coming to collect now doesn't make sense. You owe me money. I'll collect whenever I please. Chen Jihu gave a cunning smile. Either hand over the money or hand over the land. Only then did Qin Dashan realize he'd been set up. Chen Jihu had been after those 5 mu of farmland from the very start. Brother who, give us a few more days. We'll pay you back for sure. Wang Cuifan begged, her voice low and pleading. Those 5 mu of land. Losing them would be like losing her life. Grandma gripped my sleeve anxiously. Laiwa, think of something quick. Those 5 mu are this family's lifeline. Without that land, we'll have nowhere left to farm. Grandma, second uncle owes them money. It's only right that they come to collect. I sighed. Besides, there are too many of them, and they're not people to mess with. There's nothing I can do. By now, only Grandma still thought of us as one family. Second uncle's household and I were already at each other's throats. There was no way I'd help him. And besides, the scene playing out in front of me right now was exactly what I'd planned all along. Extension, my ass. I extend credit to you. Who's going to extend anything to me? Chen Jihu gave no room for negotiation. Qin Dashan, you damn fool. You actually went gambling. You're going to be the death of all of us. Wang Cuifan burst into tears. That's 5 mu of land, our family's lifeline. It's already lost. What's the point of saying all this now? Qin Dashan snapped impatiently. Go get the land deed. You're really going to hand it over? Wang Cuifan froze. You want to watch them break my legs instead? Qin Dashan glared at her. I've never had a single good day since marrying you, and now you've gambled away our land too. What did I do to deserve a life this miserable? Wang Cuifan sobbed, her head bowed. Smack. Qin Dashan slapped her. Stop your crying and go get the deed now. That deed is my life. I won't get it. Wang Suifan glared back at him. Go ahead. Beat me to death if you've got the guts. You can beat her later. Hurry up and get the deed. Qin Jihu said coldly. Don't waste my time. Qin Dashan had no choice but to go inside and retrieve the deed. Qin Dashan, if you dare hand over that deed today, this marriage is finished. Wang Suifan screamed. I'm divorcing you. Fine, then get out. No wonder I've been losing money. You must be a bad luck charm, you shrew. Qin Dashan kicked her and handed the deed to Qin Jihu. Brother Hu, this deed is only a temporary collateral. Once I pay back the principal and interest, you're to give it back to me. We'll talk about that once you actually pay. Qin Jihu said dismissively. Not a single gambler who'd ever borrowed from him had managed to pay it all back. It always ended the same way. Land sold, house sold, back to gambling, family torn apart, everything lost. Just as Qin Jihu reached for the deed, I suddenly called out and stepped forward. You little animal, what are you doing here? Wang Suifan glared at me viciously. Here to watch us suffer? Kid, and who are you? Qin Jihu looked me over. Brother Hu, take a good look at that deed. It says right there, only 3 mu of land, not 5. I pointed out. The moment those words left my mouth, Qin Dashan's face went white, and he instinctively reached to take the deed back. Qin Jihu was faster, snatching it up for a look. Sure enough, only 3 mu. Qin Dashan, we agreed on 5 mu as collateral, and you handed me a deed for 3. Trying to cheat me, are you? Qin Jihu jabbed a finger in his face, furious. No one's ever tried to cheat me and gotten away with it. Looks like you don't want your legs anymore. Several thugs closed in menacingly, surrounding Qin Dashan. Brother Hu, let me explain. Qin Dashan stammered in panic. The deed says 3 mu, but I've got another 2 mu. I just don't have the paperwork for it on hand. You can still take those 2 mu just the same. Why should I believe you? Qin Jihu scoffed. I can take you to see it myself. Second uncle, those 2 mu you're talking about wouldn't happen to be mine, would they? I said with a cold smile. I never agreed to let you put my land up as collateral. That's bullshit. What land do you even have? All the land is mine. Qin Dashan glared at me. There it is. I knew this little animal didn't come here with good intentions. Wang Suifan said through gritted teeth. Seeing your second uncle in trouble and you show up to kick him while he's down. How did the Qin family end up with a bastard like you? What's going on here? Explain it clearly, or I'll break a leg for each of you. Qin Jihu's face darkened. Brother Hu, don't listen to his nonsense. Qin Dashan said hastily. He doesn't have any land at all. All the Qin family land belongs to me. Brother Hu, I can show you the deed for those 2 mu myself. I said flatly. Years back, second uncle's family had asked to borrow my land and never returned it since. Thankfully, I'd held onto the deed the whole time. Bring it here. Qin Jihu barked, pointing threateningly at Qin Dashan. If you're trying to cheat me, I'll break your legs right now. I looked towards Su Wan. Wife, go get our land deed and show it to Brother Hu. Su Wan nodded and headed home. You little bastard. Qin Dashan burst into curses. I've farmed that land for years now. Deed or no deed, that land is mine. Second uncle, I only lent you that land. What gives you the right to call it yours? The deed's in my hands. Do you think Brother Hu's going to side with you on this? My expression stayed flat. Laiwa, what are you doing? Grandma's eyes welled with tears. Your second uncle's already been driven to this. You can't push him any further. Grandma, that land was mine to begin with. He took it as collateral without even asking me. Is that really me pushing him? I said, each word deliberate. And it was him who gambled the money away. That's on no one but himself. Grandma, if our family loses the land, what are we supposed to do come spring? I cut her off. I'm not doing this out of greed for those 2 mu. I'm thinking of you too, of this whole family. Su Wan quickly returned with the deed. Years back, when they'd borrowed the land and never returned it. Luckily, I'd kept the deed the whole time, and the moment Qin Jihu saw it, he recognized those 2 mu as legitimate. Qin Lai, you thunderstruck animal, you're clearly trying to destroy our entire family. Wang Suifan lunged at me. If you won't let us live in peace, I won't let you live either. I didn't fight back, just gave her a light shove, and she fell to the ground. Everyone, come look. The Qin family's produced a heartless monster, trying to destroy his own second uncle. Wang Suifan sat on the ground, thrashing and wailing. But the villagers gathered around just pointed and murmured amongst themselves, not a single one taking her side. It was obvious enough who was in the wrong here. Qin Lai. Qin Dashan grabbed me by the collar, humiliated and enraged. I'm your second uncle. Are you only satisfied once you've driven me to complete ruin? Second uncle, how can you say that? How exactly have I driven you to ruin? I shrugged. It wasn't me who told you to go gambling. You wanted to use my land as collateral without my consent, and now that I won't allow it, you're blaming me for it. Enough of this. Qin Dashin's face twisted viciously. If things go badly for me, you won't end up any better. Second uncle, no need to threaten me. Better start thinking about how you're going to get past brother who here. I pushed him off. Qin Dashin, right now you've only got 3 mu, which only covers 30 yuan. What about the other 20? Chen Jihu stared him down. Qin Dashin forced himself to speak, trembling. Brother who, show me some mercy. Give me a few more days. I'll pay back the principal and interest together. Smack. Chen Jihu slapped him. Show you mercy? Who do you think you are? When Chen Jihu says something, it's final. No collateral for the other 20. Then I'll go inside and start taking things, until it's enough. He waved a hand, and several thugs charged straight into the house. Tables, chairs, rice, meat, anything of value, they hauled it all out. Don't take that. Grandma trembled, trying to go stop them. Worried she might get hurt, I quickly held her back. Grandma, don't go over there. This is what he brought on himself. Stop it. Don't you dare take anything from my house. Wang Tsuefan scrambled frantically, trying to block them, and was shoved hard against the door frame. You dare hit my mother, I'll fight you to the death. Qin Jigang, who'd stayed silent the whole time, suddenly roared and charged out with a cleaver. The hell, still trying to use a knife. Chen Jihu kicked him flying. I was already swinging blades before you could even walk. Watching his wife and son get manhandled, Qin Dashin clenched his fists, but in the end didn't dare to act out, forced to swallow his rage in silence. The thugs worked fast, and before long the house was nearly stripped bare. Far more than 20 yuan's worth had been hauled away. Qin Dashin, you spineless, worthless coward. They cleaned out the whole house, and you didn't even dare fart in protest. Wang Tsuefan sobbed, hurling insults at Qin Dashin. What terrible luck to have married a useless man like you. Qin Dashin, this only covers the principal. There's still the interest. Chen Jihu said with amusement. 20 yuan a week. Can't pay, and I'll take your house next. Wang Tsuefan completely broke down. I don't want to live anymore. I'll bite you to death. Qin Jigang suddenly scrambled up from the ground, lunging madly at Chen Jihu, clamping his teeth down hard on his ear. Chen Jihu screamed in pain, grabbing him by the waist with both hands, hoisting him up, and slamming him hard onto the ground. Qin Jigang couldn't even scream from the pain. Beat him, beat this bastard within an inch of his life. Chen Jihu roared, enraged. Several thugs swarmed in, surrounding Qin Jigang, raining down punches and kicks until his mouth and nose were bloody, and he couldn't even move. Chen Jihu touched his bitten ear, saw the blood, and flew into a rage. He dares bite me. Break one of his legs. One of the thugs picked up a rock and slammed it down hard on Qin Jigang's knee. Qin Jigang writhed on the ground, clutching his leg in unbearable agony. My son, my poor son. Wang Tsuefan was overcome with anguish, turning to scream at Qin Dashin. Your own son beaten like this, and you still don't say a word. Are you even a man? I'll let it go this time. Hurry up and pay back the money, or none of you will see another good day. Chen Jihu dropped that threat and led his men away. Wang Tsuefan clutched Qin Jigang, sobbing miserably, the scene wretched, while Qin Dashin stood there, grief and remorse etched across his face. Grandma wiped at her tears. Quick, get little gang to the clinic. Seeing things had gone far enough, I didn't want to linger any longer, wrapping an arm around Su Wan. Wife, let's go home. On the way back, Su Wan wiped at the corners of her eyes. Mommy, why are you crying? Nian Nian asked, concerned. Su Wan had covered her eyes through the whole scene, so she hadn't been frightened by it. Were you scared? I bent down for a look. Her eyes were red. It's nothing. I just feel a little sorry for second uncle's family. Su Wan shook her head, not voicing what was really on her mind. I guessed what she was thinking. If I hadn't quit gambling, could that have been our own fate? Wife, they don't deserve any sympathy. Don't you dare feel sorry for them. I said seriously. They're far more vicious than you could imagine. All of this, they brought on themselves. This wasn't over yet, though. If second uncle's family hadn't tried to go after Su Wan and our daughter, I wouldn't have resorted to such ruthless measures. But they'd crossed my line, and now I was going to make sure they never had a chance to recover. After walking Su Wan and our daughter home, I turned around and headed out again, arriving at Zhao Dabiao's door. Zhao Dabiao spent his days drifting around causing trouble, and only came stumbling home, drunk, in the evening. Qin Lai, what are you doing at my door? Waiting for you. I leaned in close to his ear and murmured a few words. Hearing it, A flicker of unease crossed Zhao Dabiao's eyes. I heard your second uncle's house got stripped bare, and his son got his leg broken too. That's plenty bad already, and you still want to finish them off completely? If I show them mercy, I'm the one who ends up dead. I pulled out 10 yuan and stuffed it into his pocket. Get this done, and I'll give you another 10. Qin Lai, isn't this a little too much? Zhao Dabiao hesitated. Whatever else he is, Qin Dashan's your own second uncle. You won't even leave him a way out. I treated him like a real second uncle. He never once treated me like family. I said flatly, so I've got no reason to hold back. Aren't you afraid I'll go tell your second uncle the truth? You took my money. His family's misfortune is on you too now. I stayed calm. If he finds out the truth, he'll come after me, sure, but you won't be walking away clean either. Fine, Qin Lai, you're ruthless. I'm on the same hook as you now. Zhao Dabiao gave a resigned thumbs up. Guess we're seeing this through together. Watching my figure walk away, Zhao Dabiao's mind cleared a bit. How had he never noticed before how cunning and vicious I really was, not even sparing my own family? He felt a flicker of relief that he hadn't crossed me the same way, or he might have ended up just like Qin Dashan. By now, Qin Dashan was alone at home, wretchedly picking through the wreckage, while Wang Cuifin had taken Qin Ji Gang to the clinic. Zhao Dabiao walked in. Old Jiang, aren't you going to check on your son? Qin Dashan looked up, his cheek twitching with rage, and lunged forward, grabbing him by the throat. You've still got the nerve to show your face here? What's this for? Take your anger out somewhere else. Brother, who's the one who beat you? Not me. You've got the nerve to say that. If you hadn't pressured me into that 50 yuan, I never would have gone to that gambling den. Qin Dashan gritted his teeth. If I hadn't gone to that den, I never would have gambled, never would have owed Chun Jihu money. My son's leg wouldn't be broken. This is all you're doing. I'll strangle you. Calm down. I never forced you to gamble, and I never forced you to borrow from Brother Hu either. You can't blame me for that. Zhao Dabiao shoved him off. Besides, I came here to help you. You're just some petty thug. What could you possibly do to help me? Qin Dashan scoffed. I want to convince you to go win it back. Qin Dashan picked up a stick and swung it straight at his head. Stop, stop, stop. Zhao Dabiao backed off 2 steps. I'm just giving you advice. No need to get so worked up. It's because I listened to you that I ended up this miserable, and now you want to hurt me even more? Qin Dashan snapped. Old Jiang, hear me out first. If you still think I'm out to hurt you after this, go ahead and beat me to death. Zhao Dabiao said with an earnest expression. You want to hear what I've got to say or not? Qin Dashan hesitated for a moment. Go on then. If I find out you're trying to trick me again, I'll fight you to the death. I've got nothing left to lose anyway. Don't worry, I'm only thinking of your best interest. Zhao Dabiao said unhurriedly. You owe Brother Hu this much now, and the interest is sky high. Do you really think you can pay it off? Qin Dashan had no answer. Coming up with 50 yuan all at once was simply impossible, and with the interest compounding, even the house would end up seized. So what do you suggest? Go win it back. That's the fastest way to get the money. Last time your luck was so good, you won a fortune in no time. Why couldn't you do it again? Zhao Dabiao said meaningfully. Win just 2 rounds, and you could pay off Brother Hu entirely. Qin Dashan mulled it over, and it seemed to make sense. Yesterday he'd won over 100 without even trying, and if his luck held again this time. That's easy to say, but I've got no money left. Qin Dashan looked at him. Could you lend me some? I'm even poorer than you. Zhao Dabiao shook his head quickly. Don't you still have the house? Put it up with Brother Hu for a loan too, and once you win, you can just pay it all back. Problem solved. Would Brother Hu even be willing to lend to me again? Qin Dashan frowned. Would Brother Hu ever turn down a chance to make money? Zhao Dabiao thumped his chest. If you're too nervous to ask him yourself, I'll help you talk to his men, get them to put in a good word. Qin Dashan leaned against the wall, deeply conflicted. Old Jiang, don't be so timid. Fortune favors the bold, and the timid starve. Zhao Dabiao kept pressing. If you can't pay back what you owe, he'll seize your house, and your whole family will be sleeping on the street. Qin Dashan gritted his teeth. Let's go. Zhao Dabiao followed him to the gambling den in town, and found one of the men who worked the floor there, nicknamed Rat, with a shifty, weasel-like face. Brother Rat, gotta trouble you again this time. Zhao Dabiao handed over a yuan. Once Qin Dashan loses, get Brother Hu to press him for the debt. Push him as hard as possible, right up to the edge. Sure thing, sure thing. Rat happily pocketed the money, then asked, puzzled, what kind of deep grudge do you have with this Qin Dashan guy, going after him this hard? Can't explain it to you. Just know that if he doesn't go down, I'm the one who goes down instead. Zhao Dabiao shook his head. Once it's done, I'll pay you more. Whatever you do, don't breathe a word of this to anyone. Zhao Dabiao didn't linger, leaving right after. After tonight, Qin Dashan's life would become a living hell, and he didn't want to get dragged down with him. That night, I ate dinner with my wife and daughter, and afterward helped Su Wan wash the dishes. Why are you so happy tonight? Su Wan asked, curious. You wouldn't stop smiling through dinner, and you kept hugging and kissing Nian Nian. I'm happy because. I looked out at the falling snow, the corner of my mouth curling into a smile. From now on, no one's ever going to hurt us again. The three of us can finally live a peaceful, settled life. Su Wan's eyes flickered, and something like understanding began to form in her mind. She remembered how, on the way home, I'd wrapped my arms around her from behind, holding her slightly cold hands. I really have quit. I'm going to take good care of you, and Nian Nian. A light shiver ran through her body. In her past life, whenever I'd touched her, she'd instinctively pushed me away, resisting from somewhere deep inside. Every time she struggled, all it ever earned her was my slap or brutal mistreatment. She'd been with me countless times, but never once willingly. And yet this time, something inside her felt strangely calm, even a little inclined toward this intimacy. Daddy, why are you bullying Mommy again? Nian Nian walked in, glaring at me reproachfully. I quickly let go of Su Wan. Nian Nian, Daddy's not bullying Mommy. Nian Nian puffed her cheeks in anger. You're lying, I saw it. In her past life memories, she'd seen this scene play out several times before. Me grabbing Su Wan struggling to break free, and then me raining down punches and kicks. It had left a lasting scar on her, so seeing me hold her mother now, she assumed the worst. If you don't believe me, ask your mother. I said, helpless. Mommy, is Daddy bullying you? Nian Nian blinked, looking at Su Wan. Don't be scared, Nian Nian. Daddy's not bullying Mommy. Su Wan smiled gently. See, now you believe Daddy, right? I scooped Nian Nian up and gave her nose a playful flick. Daddy loves Mommy so much. Why would he ever bully her? Daddy, if you bully Mommy again, I'll hate you forever. Nian Nian pouted. Okay, Daddy hears you. I nuzzled her cheek. Meanwhile, back at the gambling den, Qin Dashan sat slumped at the table, drenched in cold sweat, his face full of despair, his whole body trembling. Qin Dashan, with principal and interest combined, you now owe me a total of 150 yuan. Chun Jihu patted the back of his neck, his voice sinister. That house of yours won't cover that much. So what are you going to do about it? Brother Hu, give me a little time. I'll find a way to pay you back. Qin Dashan stammered, trembling. He'd meant to use the house deed to turn things around, and he'd won a little at first, but not enough to cover the debt. So he kept playing, and in the end, he'd lost the house deed too, and ended up owing another 150 yuan on top of it. Pay me back? With what? Chun Jihu said coldly. The land's gone, the house is gone, the place has been stripped bare. What else have you got? Rules are rules. Can't pay, and it's hands and feet. Chun Jihu waved a hand. Take him inside. Two thugs dragged Qin Dashan into a small room. Brother Hu, I'm begging you, spare me. Qin Dashan dropped to his knees, pleading. I'll find a way to pay you back. If I let you go, and everyone starts thinking they can owe me money and get away with it, how am I supposed to keep doing business? Chun Jihu sneered. What are you going to pay me with? Tell me, and maybe I'll give you a chance. Qin Dashan hesitated for a moment, then suddenly thought of something. I've got a wife and a son. Take them. Take them both. Chun Jihu kicked him. You're truly an animal, not even sparing your own wife and son. Just spare me, and my wife and son are yours. Qin Dashan begged. Do whatever you want with them. Chun Jihu looked at his thugs with amusement. Send Rat to go bring his wife and son here. At the clinic, Qin Jigang lay wretchedly on the bed, his left leg wrapped in bandages. Wang Tsuefan crouched by the bedside, sobbing her heart out. Grandma wiped at her tears beside them. Little gang, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Still asking if he's okay? Can't you see my son's leg is broken? Wang Tsuefan unleashed her fury entirely on Grandma. What sin did I commit in my past life to marry into this Qin family? Never had a single day of comfort, and now my son's leg is broken too. Your son, and that animal grandson of yours, neither one of them is any good. Grandma didn't argue back, just quietly wept. Mom, it hurts, and I'm hungry too. Qin Jigang groaned in pain. Little gang, Grandma will go find you something to eat right now. Grandma leaned on her cane, heading for the door. Just then, two burly men pushed the door open and walked in, the one leading them with a shifty, weasel-like face. Rat, one of Chun Jihu's men. What do you want? Wang Tsuefan's heart lurched, and she stood, blocking Qin Jigang from view. Facing these ruthless thugs, she didn't dare throw a tantrum this time. She knew full well, to people who weren't family, no one would coddle her. In the room, Rat looked Wang Tsuefan up and down, a lewd grin spreading across his face. You're Wang Tsuefan? Bring your son. Come with us. What more do you want? My son's leg is already broken. Wang Tsuefan shielded Qin Jigang. It's Qin Dashan who owes the debt. What does that have to do with us? Go find him for the money. Doesn't matter what you say to me. Rat said impatiently. Just come with us, you'll be back soon enough. The burly man shoved her aside and hoisted Qin Jigang onto his back, heading out. Rat dragged Wang Tsuefan along. Grandma asked, trembling, where are you taking them? Old lady, don't be afraid. Rat tossed off the line and led the mother and son away. Soon, the two of them were brought to a small room at the gambling den. Wang Tsuefan was tied up tight, with Rat standing guard over her. Big brother, didn't you say nothing would happen to me? Why am I tied up? Wang Tsuefan's face had gone pale with fear. I'll just tell you straight. Your husband sold you and your son to brother who to settle his debt. Rat said with a light scoff. What? That's impossible. Wang Tsuefan was stunned. Didn't he only owe brother who 50 yuan, and even put up the land as collateral? Why would he need to hand us over too? That gambling fool of a husband of yours, trying to win it back, put the house deed up with brother who for another loan, and lost it all. Rat said with amusement. Now he owes brother who 150 yuan he can't pay, and terrified of getting his hands and feet broken, he sold you and your son off instead. Wang Tsuefan completely broke down, screaming curses. Qin Dashan, you beast lower than a dog. May you die a horrible death. Rat didn't bother stopping her, letting her curse all she wanted. After tormenting her for a day, wanting to show off in front of her, he let slip a secret. The real reason their family had been destroyed had nothing to do with Qin Dashan's bad luck at gambling. Someone had set him up. Who would be this vicious? Wang Tsuefan gritted her teeth. You know this person too. Rat narrowed his eyes. It's Xiao Dabiao. He came to me twice, paid me, and told me to whisper things in brother whose ear, the moment Qin Dashan lost, to press him for the debt, drive him straight into a dead end. Wang Tsuefan's mind went blank for a moment, and then Xiao Dabiao's face flashed through her thoughts. Her hands clenched tight, nails digging into her own flesh, hatred burning in her eyes. That night, Xiao Dabiao and I met by the river at the edge of the village. Qin Dashan's completely finished. House deed pledged to brother who still owes 150 yuan, and the interest keeps compounding. Xiao Dabiao smiled. He's only got two paths left, either get driven to death by brother who, or run and never come back. I pulled 10 yuan from my pocket and stuffed it into his hand. Well done. This is your payment. One more thing to tell you. Xiao Dabiao's grin widened at the sight of the money. Turns out Qin Dashan really did sell his wife and son to brother who. That man's got no humanity left in him at all. That's just who he really is. I said flatly. That helper of yours, he's not going to give you up, is he? No chance, he's too much of a coward. I paid him well, and there's nothing in it for him to talk. Good. This time we even used Chen Jihu. If he ever found out we'd played him, that'd be trouble for us too. I said cautiously. This whole thing stays buried, between the two of us. You always think things through. Xiao Dabiao felt a flicker of unease inside. Early the next morning, I brought a freshly cooked breakfast over to Grandma. Second uncle's house was in complete ruin, but Grandma was still staying there. Grandma, second uncle, and the others won't be back for a while. Why don't you come stay with me? I urged. If those debt collectors come back around, I don't want you getting caught up in it. Sigh? I think I'll wait for your second uncle to come back. Grandma sighed deeply. Everything was fine before. Why did he have to go gambling? Now the whole house doesn't even feel like a home anymore. Grandma, that's what he brought on himself. You don't need to feel sorry for him. I fed her, spoonful by spoonful. I don't feel right about you staying here alone. But your second uncle, he's my only son. Grandma's tears fell. Your father died so young. I don't want to outlive another child of mine. I paused for a moment, then offered comfort. Grandma, you still have me. I'll take good care of you. I trust you. Grandma patted my head, shaking hers. I don't know what sin our Qin family committed, that our own kin would turn on each other like this. Those words made my heart lurch. Grandma, let's not talk about that for now. Finish your meal. I did my best to steady my emotions. Grandma held my hand. Laiwa, let me ask you something, and tell me the truth. This trouble your second uncle's in, does it have anything to do with you? Grandma stared straight at me, and I felt a flicker of guilt, unable to meet her eyes. Grandma, second uncle went gambling on his own. It has nothing to do with me. I kept my expression serious. Besides, I don't have that kind of power to ruin him like this. Sigh. Grandma sighed with worry, patting my head. As long as it wasn't you, that's good. Grandma couldn't handle another blow like this. Grandma, Whenever you want to come stay with me, just come over. I'll want and I will take care of you. I left her with those words and headed out. I didn't dare linger any longer. Grandma might be old, but she was far from foolish. If she ever found out I'd been the one who set second uncle up, I truly wouldn't know how to face her. Back home, I gathered my tools and headed up the mountain again. It hadn't snowed for 2 days, a good window for hunting. I still needed to repair the house, and without more game to sell, where would the money come from? After the heavy snow stopped, the ground was covered with all kinds of scattered tracks, and some of the wild animals had come out to forage too. For safety, I didn't venture too deep, setting traps around the tracks and circling with the musket, looking for stray game. But by evening, every trap was empty, not a single catch, leaving me a bit deflated. Even coming up empty-handed, I had no choice but to head back down. Still, I didn't dwell on it. There was no way to succeed every single time. I'd just try again tomorrow. On the way down, a flash of white suddenly darted out from the trees, a wild rabbit. It spotted me too and startled, turning to flee. I raised the musket and fired without hesitation, and the rabbit dropped stiff mid-air. I ran over and picked it up, weighing it in my hand. I thought I'd come away with nothing today. A rabbit wasn't bad at all. Back home, I cooked the rabbit. That evening, I sat by the door with my daughter in my arms, enjoying the breeze, while Suwon cleaned up in the kitchen, everything warm and peaceful. Daddy, Annie Zhang's little who started school. Can I go to school someday too? Nian Nian's face was full of anticipation. Of course you can. I smiled. Once Nian Nian turns 6, Daddy will send you to school. Yay, I get to go to school too. Nian Nian clapped excitedly. Very few children in the village got the chance to attend school, no more than 10 households, since most families simply couldn't afford it. Once Nian Nian finishes school, you'll be able to go live in a big city. I stroked her cheek. Big cities are beautiful, even prettier than the town. Want to go? I do. How pretty is the big city, Daddy, do you know? Of course I know. I smiled gently. Big cities have cars and tall buildings, one after another, so beautiful. In the village, the farthest most people had ever traveled was the town, and some had never once left the village their whole lives. The sweeping changes happening out in the wider world. The villagers had no idea any of it existed. Daddy, have you been to a big city? Nian Nian blinked her big eyes. Of course Daddy's been. In my past life, I'd witnessed an entire era transform with my own eyes. All right, stop lying to Nian Nian. Suwon came out. When have you ever seen a big city? Before I got sent down to the countryside, I never saw any tall buildings like the ones you're describing. Wife, you've been in this village for so many years, the outside world's changed enormously. I said earnestly. Someday, once we've got the money, we'll go see the city for ourselves. Sure, keep dreaming. Suwon picked up Nian Nian. Your bathwater's ready, go wash up. After my bath, Suwon lulled our daughter to sleep. I crawled into bed, staring up at the ceiling. Why aren't you asleep yet? Suwon asked. Wife, if we ever have the money someday, let's move to the city. The future was an era of rapid development, and I wasn't willing to stay stuck in this village forever. Don't get ahead of yourself. Let's just live a good life first. Suwon turned onto her side. To her, the simple life they had now was already good enough. She wasn't greedy for more. I turned and wrapped my arms around her from behind, murmuring softly, I'm not just going to give you and Nian Nian a good life. I'm going to get you a big house too. Okay, get some sleep. Suwon acknowledged, not pushing my hand away. Held in my arms, she felt a sense of security and soon drifted peacefully off to sleep. Meanwhile, back at the gambling den, Wang Suifan had been held captive for a full day. Wanting to show off in front of her, Rat had let slip the truth. The real mastermind behind their family's ruin was Zhao Dabiao. But deep down, what Wang Suifan felt most was a stubborn refusal to accept defeat. The next day, she seized her chance to speak up. Brother Rat, do me a favor. Help me find Zhao Dabiao. I want revenge. You want revenge on Zhao Dabiao? Rat frowned. He may just be a petty thug, but you're a woman on your own. You're no match for him. That's exactly why I've got you, isn't it? If you want to deal with him, it's just a word away. Rat instantly lost his nerve. He knew exactly where he stood. If Chun Jihu weren't his boss, he'd be nothing at all. But worn down by Wang Suifan's relentless pestering, and having already taken plenty of favors from her, he finally gritted his teeth. Fine, I'll help you take care of Zhao Dabiao. At that moment, Zhao Dabiao was playing mahjong at the gambling den. Self-drawn win. Zhao Dabiao laughed loudly, and suddenly felt a hand clap on his shoulder. He turned to look, it was Rat, with 2 thugs standing behind him. Brother Rat, you're here too? Want to play a couple rounds? Zhao Dabiao grinned. Come with me. Rat's eyes were dark. Zhao Dabiao's smile froze, sensing something was off, but he had no choice but to follow along obediently. He looked down on Rat, but with Chun Jihu backing him, Zhao Dabiao held his tongue. Rat shoved Zhao Dabiao into that same small room. Seeing Wang Tsuefan sitting inside, Zhao Dabiao understood instantly. Rat, you sold me out. Zhao Dabiao glared at him furiously. You took my money and then sold me out. That's not how this works. That's right, I sold you out, so what? Rat, wanting to flaunt his power in front of Wang Tsuefan, kicked Zhao Dabiao flat to the ground. Wang Tsuefan's expression turned cold, and she walked over and stomped hard on Zhao Dabiao's face, again and again, until blood poured from his mouth and nose. She'd always been a vicious shrew, and her hand showed no mercy. Zhao Dabiao, what deep grudge do we have with you, that you tricked Qin Dashan into gambling, get my son's leg broken, and reduce our family to this wreck? Wang Tsuefan's face twisted with rage. If I'm going down, you're going down with me. Sister-in-law, let me explain, this isn't on me. I was just doing a job for money. Zhao Dabiao begged frantically, still trying to talk your way out. Wang Tsuefan stomped down hard again. Zhao Dabiao screamed in pain, writhing on the ground. Someone paid me to do this to you. Zhao Dabiao stammered, trembling. Who? If you dare lie to me, the next kick will make you wish you were dead. Wang Tsuefan had gone completely past the point of caring. After everything, her son's broken leg, Qin Dashan's fate uncertain, she no longer feared the consequences of anything she did. It's Qin Lai, it's Qin Lai. Zhao Dabiao blurted out desperately. Qin Lai. Wang Tsuefan was stunned. That's impossible. Where would he get that kind of ability? In her mind, I would always be that same spineless loser from before. Even if I'd gotten a little more ruthless, I was still just a reckless brute, someone she'd never taken seriously at all. She couldn't believe I'd been capable of orchestrating something this complex behind the scenes. It's true. He paid me to trick Qin Dashan into gambling, and then I bribed Rat to whisper in Brotherhood's ear and push the debt collection. Zhao Dabiao spilled everything in one breath. Every word is true, or may lightning strike me down. Wang Tsuefan's expression twisted with a mix of fury and shock. She never would have guessed the mastermind behind all of it was me. Qin Lai, you destroyed my family. I'm going to make you pay double, she screamed. Sister-in-law, I've told you everything, can I go now? Zhao Dabiao trembled. I need to get to the clinic right away. Want to leave? Not that easy. Wang Tsuefan scoffed coldly. Even if Qin Lai put you up to it, that doesn't mean you're off the hook either. Qin Lai used you to hurt me. Now I'm going to use you to get back at Qin Lai. Zhao Dabiao felt like he wanted to die on the spot. Sister-in-law, that Qin Lai isn't someone you want to mess with. He said nervously. He's not that spineless loser he used to be. If he ever finds out I helped you get revenge on him, he'll cut me down without hesitation. If you don't, I'll cut you down right now. Wang Tsuefan grabbed him by the throat. Qin Lai doesn't care about consequences, and neither do I anymore. Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me. What do you want me to do? Zhao Dabiao had no choice but to agree. Wang Tsuefan leaned in close to his ear and murmured a few words. The next morning, though it hadn't snowed the night before, a bitter wind cut through me on my way up the mountain. The weather was only getting colder, and I worried it would only get harder to head up as time went on. I needed to catch as much game as I could while I still had the chance. After spotting tracks, I followed them, dropping a trap every so often along the way, a full 10 in total. I also went back to check on that wolf den to see if the pack was still there, but they'd already vanished without a trace. But I ended up with a different kind of catch instead. A wild boar nearly 300 pounds came walking out of the cave. This boar was even bigger than the one old Ma's son had run in a last time. Selling this one would net me a real fortune. I noticed an arrow lodged in its back, likely shot by some hunter, and it must have fled into the cave in fright. For a boar this large, one arrow wasn't going to take it down, but the good news was it was already wounded, and with my musket in hand, bringing it down wasn't entirely out of reach. I was about 30 yards away from it. If I fired and failed to subdue it, its panic would send it charging straight at me. I glanced behind me, not far from the traps I'd set. If I could lure it in that direction, driving it into a trap would seal the deal. Plan set, I raised the musket, took aim, took a deep breath, and pulled the trigger. The bullet struck the boar true, and it staggered back a few steps, letting out a pained howl, scanning its surroundings warily. Seeing that it hadn't spotted me, I took aim again, ready to fire a second shot. But just then, its gaze locked onto me, its eyes blood red, its fury absolute. Startled, I didn't have time for a second shot, grabbed the musket, and turned to run. The boar charged after me with a furious roar, incredibly fast. The snow underfoot was too deep, slowing me down, and the boar closed the gap to just a dozen or so yards. At this rate, I'd be gored to death before I ever made it to the traps. I glanced sideways and spotted a tree at the edge of a steep cliff, and without a second thought, I ran for it, wrapped my arms around the trunk, and scrambled up, gasping for breath. In the blink of an eye, the boar reached the base of the tree, baring its teeth and glaring up at me, jumping a few times without reaching me, then ramming its head against the trunk instead. I finally let out a breath of relief. I'd underestimated things, overlooking how the snow-covered terrain would slow me down, thinking I could take it down easily. I hadn't expected it to be this tenacious. Thankfully, I'd made it up the tree in time. Watching it clumsily ram the trunk, I recognized this as the perfect opportunity, adjusting my position and taking aim with the musket. Bang! The 300-pound boar stumbled and fell. Just as a flicker of joy crossed my face, it scrambled back up, ramming the tree even more furiously than before. 2 shots, and it still wouldn't go down. But thankfully it couldn't climb, and didn't seem to think of fleeing. I took aim again, this time for the head. Bang! This shot did it. The boar dropped stiff and never got back up. I let out a long breath. A boar over 300 pounds, selling this to Boss Zhang would net a serious profit. I jumped down from the tree, bound the boar with a vine, collected the traps, and headed back down the mountain. I was gasping for breath by the time I got home. "Where on earth did you get a boar this huge?" Suwon exclaimed, her face full of disbelief. "Hunted it, of course." I smiled. "Help me haul it inside. I'll take it to Qianyan town to sell tomorrow." "Wow, such a huge boar. Daddy, you're amazing." Nian Nian hugged my leg. "Once Daddy catches a few more, I'll take Nian Nian into the city to play." I smiled gently. "Yay, we're going to the city to play." Nian Nian bounced with joy. Suwon brought over a bowl of meat broth. "You've been up the mountain all day? Must be freezing. Drink this to warm up." "Thanks, wife." I drank the broth, my body warming, and my heart warmer still. "It's snowing again outside." Suwon glanced out the window and shut the doors and windows tight. The snow that had paused for a few days had started up again. I felt a flicker of relief that I'd made it back in time. The snow fell for a full day and night. Early the next morning, snow was still drifting down, and the door was blocked by drifted snow, impossible to open. Looking out at the endless white, I couldn't help but remark, "It's been years since we've had snow this heavy." I'd meant to sell the boar today, but with weather this brutal, there was no getting to town, let alone up the mountain. I grabbed a broom and started clearing the snow from the front door. Once I'd finished sweeping, an idea struck me. "Nian Nian, didn't you want to go to school? How about Daddy teaches you some characters first?" "Yes, yes." Nian Nian nodded eagerly. "But Daddy, did you ever go to school?" I was momentarily at a loss for words. In my past life, I'd learned plenty, but in this life, I truly had never gone to school. My parents had died young, and it had been hard enough for Grandma just to raise me, let alone afford schooling. Daddy never went to school. I crouched down, holding my daughter, and traced a few characters in the snow with a branch. "But Daddy can teach you every character I know. Come on, repeat after Daddy. Qin Nian Nian. Qin's Nian Nian." "Daddy, isn't that my name?" "That's right, that's Nian Nian's name." I smiled softly. "Do you know how to write your own name now?" Nian Nian stared at it for a moment, then nodded. "Daddy, I remember it." I then traced the numbers 1 through 10, teaching her each one in turn. "Honey, are you really planning to send Nian Nian to school someday?" Suwon asked over breakfast. "Of course, don't you support it?" "It's not that I don't support it. It's that school costs a lot of money." Suwon looked troubled. "Given our situation, I worry we won't be able to afford it through to the end." "Don't worry about the money. Tuition isn't that expensive, and Nian Nian's still 2 years out from school age, no rush." I said earnestly. "The times are changing fast. If we invest in Nian Nian's education, she's bound to accomplish great things someday." Suwon nodded gently. Whether or not our daughter ended up going to school, the fact that I held this kind of hope for her already brought her comfort. The next day, the snow along the road had melted enough, and I hauled the boar toward Qianyan town. Seeing the 300-pound boar, Boss Zhang was practically overflowing with hospitality, pouring me tea and insisting I stay for a meal. I told him I had business to attend to and couldn't stay, took the 150 yuan, and left. Back in White Cloud Town, I bought some rice, oil, and salt, and headed for home. Well, if it isn't Qin Lai. Zhao Dabiao came walking toward me with a grin. His gait was oddly comical, limping, his face still bruised. "What? Someone rough you up?" My expression stayed flat. "You can even tell." Zhao Dabiao forced a smile. "Lost a few rounds last night. Could you lend me 10 yuan? "No." I didn't even have to think about it. "Qin Lai, that's pretty cold-blooded of you." Zhao Dabiao looked displeased. Whatever else you say, we're still partners, and if it weren't for me, are you trying to threaten me? I cut him off. Of course not. He forced an awkward smile. I just want you to be a little generous. Help me out this once. No money. Get lost. I said firmly. Qinlai, you're really going to just watch me get beaten up? Zhao Dabiao said coldly. If it weren't for me, would you be living this comfortably right now? Not even willing to lend me 10 yuan for an emergency. I already paid you what you were owed. I grabbed his collar. If you're trying to extort me, forget it. Zhao Dabiao pouted. You're the one forcing my hand here. If I told your grandmother the truth, do you think it might be enough to kill her from the shock? You wouldn't dare. My eyes turned cold. Zhao Dabiao shrugged, wearing the look of someone with nothing left to lose. Just this once. I hesitated, then relented. Try this again, and I'll make sure you end up worse off than my second uncle. Just as I pulled out the 10 yuan, Zhao Dabiao grabbed my hand. Don't give it to me directly. Could you give it to my creditor instead? I'm afraid I won't be able to help myself and end up gambling it away, and then I'll really be beaten to death. Fine, let's go to the gambling den. I followed him there, but for some reason, I felt an odd unease settling in, a bad feeling creeping over me. The moment I stepped through the gambling den's entrance, several thugs suddenly appeared from all sides, surrounding me. Zhao Dabiao had already slipped off to the side. Zhao Dabiao, what's the meaning of this? I frowned. Qinlai, don't blame me. I didn't want to do this either. Zhao Dabiao gave a dry, awkward laugh. You sold me out. I understood immediately. He told them everything. Just then, the man with the scarred brow walked over. Chun Jihu himself. Brother Hu. Zhao Dabiao stepped back several paces, head bowed, not daring to breathe too loud. Chun Jihu waved a hand. Take him. Several thugs escorted me upstairs. I didn't resist. Resisting in this situation would only make things worse for me. Chun Jihu shoved me into a small room, shut the door, crossed his legs, and lit a cigarette. Kid, I never expected you to be this vicious. Brother Hu, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. I narrowed my eyes. Still playing dumb? I don't care that you wanted to destroy your own second uncle, but you actually had the nerve to use me too. Chun Jihu's expression darkened. I've been in this business for years, and this is the first time anyone's ever used me as their weapon. Brother Hu, that's a conversation you should be having with Zhao Dabiao, not me. I said flatly. I only gave him money to get things done. How he went about it isn't my concern. You think I believe that? A useless piece of trash like Zhao Dabiao could never have come up with a plan like this on his own. Chun Jihu scoffed. If you hadn't put him up to it, would he ever have thought to bribe my own men, using me to destroy your second uncle? I raised an eyebrow. I hadn't expected Zhao Dabiao to spill everything. But something didn't add up. This whole thing had dragged Chun Jihu into it too. And even if Zhao Dabiao pinned the blame on me, Chun Jihu wouldn't spare him either. What exactly had happened to make Zhao Dabiao confess it all? I had a vague suspicion something had gone wrong on second uncle's end. But I've got to say, kid, you've got some nerve, even daring to use me. Chun Jihu crouched down and patted my cheek. I'll give you two options. Either pay me 100 yuan for my losses, or I'll break one of your legs to set an example. Your choice. Only then did I fully understand. He was using this as an excuse to extort me, not out of any real anger at all. Brother Hu, do I look like a man carrying 100 yuan around? I had 150 yuan on me, but there was absolutely no way I was handing it over to him. No money. Then you can kiss that leg goodbye. Chun Jihu narrowed his eyes. Oh right. I remember you've got a pretty wife and a cute daughter. Using them to cover the debt wouldn't be out of the question either. The instant those words left his mouth, my expression turned ice cold, and before he could react, I lunged forward, grabbing him by the throat. You want to touch my wife and daughter? You're asking to die. My sudden strike caught Chun Jihu completely off guard, and even his thugs didn't have time to react. He's laying hands on Brother Hu, kill him. The thugs surged forward. Nobody moved. I pulled out my dagger and pressed it against Chun Jihu's throat. Or I'll take his life right here. The thugs had no choice but to freeze in place, glaring at me murderously. Kid, you've got some guts. Chun Jihu stayed remarkably calm. I don't believe you'd actually dare kill me. The moment I lose so much as one finger, you'll never walk out of here alive, and your wife and daughter will pay for it too. My wife and daughter are my absolute limit. You really think I wouldn't dare kill you? A cold light flashed in my eyes. How about it? Want to bet on that? Seeing the killing intent in my eyes, cold sweat broke out on Chun Jihu's forehead. This young man in front of him was unlike anyone he'd ever encountered. I genuinely would kill him. Let's bet, then. I'll kill you, and still walk right out of here without a scratch. How's that sound? I gave the dagger a slight twitch, and a thin line of blood welled up on his throat. Wait. Chun Jihu panicked. Qinlai, We don't have any deep-seated hatred between us. No need for a fight to the death. Put the knife down. Let's talk this through slowly. I put the knife down, and your men swarm me all at once. You think I'm a fool? I sneered coldly. When Chun Jihu gives his word, it's final. I never stab anyone in the back. He gave a light laugh. Put the knife down, and I'll let you walk. I won't hold the whole business of using me against you. Get your men out of here first. I wasn't that naive. Chun Jihu was my only bargaining chip to get out of this alive. Chun Jihu turned his head and barked at his thugs. What are you all standing around for? Get out. You trying to get me killed? The thugs reluctantly retreated, closing the door behind them. It's just the two of us now. Put the knife down. Chun Jihu smiled. I hesitated a moment, then lowered the dagger. Chun Jihu touched his neck, saw the blood, and a flash of ruthlessness crossed his eyes. Qinlai, you're free to go. I promise I won't give you any trouble. The corner of his mouth twitched. The instant I dared to walk out that door, he'd have my hand chopped off. I shook my head. No rush, brother Hu. I'd like to make a deal with you. What kind of deal could there possibly be between us? Chun Jihu looked puzzled. Don't tell me you want me to finish off your second uncle's whole family. That's not necessary. Whatever else they are, they're still my relatives. I don't want their lives. Second uncle's family's current fate was already more than enough to settle the score. If they actually died, I worried Grandma wouldn't be able to bear it. Then what do you want? I want Qin Dashin's 3 mu of farmland and the house deed back. I said, I know he owes you 150 yuan. I'll pay you every last cent of it. Just hand over the land and the house deed. There's no use to you holding on to them anyway. Qin Dashin could never come up with that much money. The farmland and house deed belonged to the Qin family, and naturally, I wanted them back. Chun Jihu stroked his chin. You've got that much money on you? I wouldn't dare try to negotiate a deal with you, brother Hu, without it. I pulled out the 150 yuan. Chun Jihu's eyes lit up, and he shifted his tone. 150 covers the principal, but there's still interest. Add another 20, and I'll hand over both the land and the house deed. Brother Hu, a person shouldn't be too greedy. 150's already earned you plenty. I stayed unhurried. If that's not enough for you, fine. I'll walk away from the land and the deed both, and you won't get a single cent from me. Chun Jihu stared at me, not expecting me to be this composed and shrewd. Ha ha ha, I'm just joking with you. He laughed loudly. 150, deal. He had someone bring the land and house deeds, and I handed him the money. Qinlai, you're the bravest young man I've ever met. Chun Jihu counted the money, grinning ear to ear. Let me treat you to a meal. How about we become friends? I don't deserve a meal from you, brother Hu. I declined. Then I won't keep you. Chun Jihu turned to leave. Hold on, brother Hu. I immediately pressed close behind him, dagger against his side. Would you mind escorting me out of this building? Chun Jihu's body stiffened, his expression souring. He'd planned to have his men grab me the moment I stepped outside, cripple my hands, and take back the deed. He hadn't expected me to stay this cautious, using him as a human shield. Of course, no problem. He forced an easy tone. The door opened, and the thugs closed in. Brother Hu, you all right? Qinlai and I are good buddies now. No need to worry. Chun Jihu clapped my shoulder. All of you back off. The thugs hesitated, then cleared a path. Walking downstairs, Zhao Dabiao leaned against the wall smoking, and seeing me walk down beside Chun Jihu, completely unscathed, he froze. No one had ever come out of Chun Jihu's grasp unharmed before, and I was the first. Before he could react, I drove a kick straight into him, knocking him down. You, Zhao Dabiao slammed against the wall, and was about to erupt in anger, but seeing Chun Jihu's dark expression, he shut his mouth. A dog will always be a dog. I dropped that line and walked out of the gambling den with Chun Jihu. I led Chun Jihu to the end of the street before finally putting away the dagger. Qinlai, you're a man of real talent. Any interest in coming to work for me? Chun Jihu extended an olive branch. He valued my boldness and cool-headedness, preferring to gain a friend rather than an enemy. Thanks for the offer. I'll think it over and give you an answer next time. I turned and walked away quickly. A thug came chasing after. Brother Hu, want us to drag him back and teach him a lesson? He actually held you hostage. No one touches him without my say-so. Chun Jihu turned back into the gambling den and ran into Zhao Dabiao coming out. Brother Hu, you and Qinlai. Before Zhao Dabiao could finish, Chun Jihu kicked him flying. Damn it, all because of you. Chun Jihu cursed as he beat him. Get lost, and don't ever let me see your face in White Cloud Town again, or I'll cut off your hands and feet. If it weren't for Zhao Dabiao tricking me into coming, Chun Jihu wouldn't have ended up held hostage, losing that much face. With no way to take it out on me, he unleashed all his fury on Zhao Dabiao instead. Brother Hu, I was wrong. Please spare me. Zhao Dabiao covered his head, begging for mercy, then scrambled and stumbled away. He likely wouldn't dare show his face in White Cloud Town again after this. Back home, I told Su Wan that the boar had sold for 150 yuan, and that I'd used the money to redeem Qin Dashan's land deed and house deed. Wife, that land and house belonged to the Qin family. I felt obligated to buy them back. I held her hand. I can find other ways to earn back the money. I understand what you mean. I'm not upset. Su Wan smiled softly. As long as you're not spending money recklessly, I'll support whatever you decide. I never hid a single expense from her, and she found real comfort in that. I'm glad you understand. Warmth spread through my heart. I'll keep earning money. Sooner or later, our family will have everything we need. If I'd said something like this before, Su Wan would have dismissed it as empty bragging, but now she believed it. After all these years of holding on, she'd finally gotten to see me become a man who could truly stand tall. What are you planning to do with the land deed and the farmland? Su Wan couldn't help but ask. Once your second uncle's back, will you give it back to him? I bought this back with my own money. Why would I give it back to them? I said coldly. If they want it back, they can pay for it. But if your second uncle really does come back and finds out the deeds are in your hands, he's bound to make a scene. Su Wan knew exactly what second uncle's family was like. Qin Jigang's got a broken leg now. Whether they've even got the face to come back is anyone's guess. I said, and even if they do come back and try to cause trouble, I'll just throw them right back out. Seeing my resolve, Su Wan didn't press the matter further. For dinner, Su Wan made several dishes, and Nian Nian ate until her belly was round and full. Eat up, Nian Nian, get nice and chubby. I pinched her cheek. Nian Nian immediately set down her bowl and chopsticks. I don't want to be a chubby girl. I want to be pretty like mommy. Be a good girl and eat more. Nian Nian, you have to eat a lot to grow up pretty. Su Wan laughed behind her hand. Hearing that, Nian Nian immediately picked her bowl back up, and both Su Wan and I burst out laughing, our whole family filled with warmth and joy. Early the next morning, instead of heading up the mountain, I brought breakfast over to see Grandma. Grandma was shuffling around the house, leaning on her cane, her hair disheveled, her limbs trembling. Before, though her health hadn't been great, she'd still gotten around fine, but ever since second uncle's trouble began, she'd grown visibly thinner, struggling even to walk. Seeing Grandma like this, guilt gnawed at me, and I even found myself questioning whether crushing second uncle's family so completely had truly been the right thing to do. But if second uncle hadn't set his sights on my wife and daughter, I never would have gone this far. All of this, he'd brought upon himself. Grandma, I called out softly. Laiwa's here. Grandma turned, her face haggard, completely drained of color. Don't stand, sit down. I helped her into a seat, my heart aching. It's only been 2 days. How did you get this thin? Have you not been eating? Grandma's been eating, just no appetite. She forced a smile. You need to eat, even without an appetite. I fed her, spoonful by spoonful. Just come stay with me. I'll want and I can both take care of you. Laiwa, Grandma knows you mean well, but I have to wait for your second uncle to come back. As she spoke, her eyes reddened, and tears fell. I don't even know if your second uncle will ever be able to come back. Don't worry, Grandma. Second uncle will come back. He's only in debt. I comforted her. Eat more, take care of yourself, and wait for him to return. So once the debt's paid, they'll let your second uncle come home? Grandma opened her cloth pouch, and with trembling hands, pulled out over 20 yuan. Is this enough to bring them back? Seeing her like this, my nose stung, and I shook my head. Grandma, second uncle owes far too much. This won't be enough. Then how much would it take? Grandma grew anxious, her voice pleading. Laiwa, do you have any money? Please, help your second uncle if you can. Think of it as Grandma borrowing from you, and he can pay you back slowly once he's home. All right? I hesitated a moment. Grandma, I don't have any money either, but they said the debt can be paid back gradually, and once it's settled, second uncle will come home. I left Grandma's place without lingering. Watching her cry, I was afraid I'd soften and end up bailing Qin Dashan out. I took the musket to see Lu Yiqing, the village craftsman, to have him modify it. This musket could handle ordinary game well enough, but against something fierce, it was about as useful as a fire poker. That 300-pound boar had been a stark warning. If I hadn't gotten lucky, I'd have been the one gored to death instead. Qin Lai, everyone in the village has been talking about you lately. Hunting a 300-pound boar in heavy snow. Impressive. Lu Yiqing smiled. Plenty of villagers had seen me dragging the boar out of the village. Don't flatter me too much, Brother Lu. I nearly got gored to death. This musket just doesn't have enough power. Could you modify it for me? No problem. Come by tomorrow to pick it up. 2 yuan for the labor. I paid him, and on the way home, snow began drifting down again, which gave me a headache. More heavy snow meant no going up the mountain again. Though I'd sold that big boar, all the money had gone toward redeeming the land deed and house deed, leaving the household enough food and money to last about a month. But with the new year approaching, if I wanted a good celebration, I still needed to hurry and earn more. Walking up to the house, Nian Nian was tracing her own name in the snow with a branch, the strokes crooked and uneven. Nian Nian, it's cold out here. Let's stop writing for now. I picked her up. Daddy, I know how to write my own name now. Isn't that impressive? Nian Nian was thrilled. Very impressive. My Nian Nian's the most impressive of all. I gave her nose a gentle pinch. After a full meal, Suwan went to bathe, and I lulled Nian Nian to sleep, then went out to tinker with the animal traps. We couldn't get up the mountain these next couple days, and I wanted to make sure we had plenty of traps ready for the next trip, or else we'd be facing a lean stretch once our supplies ran out. Since being reborn, Suwan and I hadn't been intimate together, not once. That night, the frozen distance between us quietly began to thaw. Suwan came out from her bath, cheeks flushed pink, and the old resistance was gone from her eyes. I wrapped my arms around her gently from behind. What are you doing? She shrank back slightly, her voice carrying a note of shy reproach. Wife, I just want to hold you. I held her tight, feeling a fullness and sense of security I'd never known before. Don't fool around. Nian Nian's still in the room. Nian Nian's already asleep. That night, we truly came together like a real husband and wife, holding each other gently, tenderly. In my past life, I'd only ever been rough with her, and she'd never once given herself willingly. This time, for the first time, she felt what it meant to be treasured with tenderness. Early the next morning, a knock sounded at the door. Brother E. Suwon blinked awake groggily, patting me. Someone's calling for you outside. Ignore it. I held her close, reluctant to leave the warmth of the blanket. I'd only just gotten close to her again after so long, and hadn't even had time to savor it before being interrupted. You should probably go check, just in case it's urgent. Suwon said softly. I had no choice but to get up and get dressed, glancing back at her flushed face peeking out from the blanket, unable to resist stealing a kiss. Rest a little more, I'll make breakfast. I stepped outside. Who's there? Brother E, it's us, Dan and Monkey. Monkey's family just slaughtered a pig. Come have a couple drinks and play some cards with us. The moment Suwon heard that, her face changed instantly, and she gripped the blanket tight. What she feared most was someone showing up to drag me back into gambling. I opened the door to find two skinny men grinning outside. These two had also been my drinking buddies in my past life, a couple of good-for-nothing lowlifes. Brother E, took you long enough to come out. Were you and sister-in-law busy with? You know, that? Dan smirked, making a crude joke at Suwon's expense. In my past life, I'd talked about that kind of thing with them plenty, even bragged about it, so they had no reason to fear me getting angry. Shut your mouth. My eyes turned cold. If you two can't speak like decent people, I'd be happy to teach you how. Both their smiles froze, and they quickly dropped the joke. Brother E, just talking, don't be mad. Come on, let's go drink, play a couple hands. Monkey threw an arm around my shoulder. It's been ages since us brothers had a drink together. Don't come looking for me for drinking or cards anymore. I shrugged his hand off. I don't do that stuff now. Both of them froze, wondering if they'd misheard. In my past life, I'd been the wildest of the whole group, and now here I was saying I'd quit. Brother E, are you running a fever or something? Monkey pressed a hand to my forehead. Brother Ming. I asked, confused. You mean Zhao Dabiao? Yeah, no one knows where Brother Ming's gone. Went to knock on his door, and he wasn't home. Haven't seen him in 2 days. I figured Zhao Dabiao had probably been dealt with by Chen Jihu and was too scared to show his face. These two hadn't been around the village lately, so they had no idea what had happened. He's dead. I waved a dismissive hand. Come find me for anything worthwhile from now on. Drinking and card games, forget it. Brother E, sister-in-law's so pretty, she's got to be amazing in bed. Huh? How about you let us? Dan licked his lips, a lewd grin spreading across his face. I couldn't take it anymore, driving a kick into him that sent him flying several yards. Dan clutched his chest, barely able to breathe. Brother E, what are you doing? Monkey jumped, startled. I walked over, grabbed Dan by the collar, and slapped him hard, twice. I'm warning you. If you can't control that mouth, I'll cut your tongue out myself. No one insults my wife, no one. With that, I stomped down between his legs. Dan clutched himself, howling and writhing on the ground. Brother E, we're all brothers here. Isn't this a little much? Monkey tried to smooth things over. I shoved him aside and pointed furiously at Dan. Never speak ill of my wife again. You hear me? Heard you. Heard you. I'll never do it again. Dan nodded repeatedly. Get lost. I warned. Monkey hurried to help Dan up, and the two limped away. Once they'd gotten some distance, Dan kept cursing under his breath, while Monkey said, uneasy. Better watch what you say around him from now on. I keep getting the feeling he's changed. The me now made them feel like a stranger. I went back inside to find Sue-Won already dressed, her face pale, tears glinting in her eyes. She'd heard everything that had just happened outside. She hadn't expected me to defend her this fiercely, something that had never once happened in her past life. She was beginning, slowly, to believe that I truly wanted to build an honest, stable life with her. Were you afraid I'd go running off to fool around with them again? I said with a light smile. Sue-Won nodded silently. Silly girl, I made you a promise, and I'm not going back on it. I pressed a kiss to her forehead. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay right here, protecting you and Nyen Nyen. When she'd first married me, it had only been to repay Grandma for that one mouthful of food. There had never been any real affection between us, and everything I'd done after our marriage had only deepened her contempt. But now, she was discovering that when I was willing to be a better man, there was something genuinely compelling about me after all. After breakfast, I went to Louis Cheng's to pick up the modified musket. The loading, firing speed, and power were all several times greater than before. I wouldn't need to hold back against fierce beasts anymore. On the way back, I stopped by to check on Grandma. Laiwa, you don't need to keep running over here so often. Grandma can take care of herself. Grandma forced a smile. I can't rest easy with you here alone. I sighed softly. I keep asking you to come stay with me, and you keep refusing. No, Grandma has to wait for your second uncle. Her voice choked. I don't even know when he'll be able to come back. I understood her. After father passed away, second uncle was her only remaining son. Even if he'd never been particularly filial, with something this serious happening to him, of course her heart was consumed with worry. Grandma, second uncle won't be back that soon, but he'll be fine, don't worry. But I had a nightmare last night, dreaming your second uncle had his hands and feet broken, just like little Gang. Tears streamed down Grandma's face. Laiwa, is there any way you could help me see your second uncle just once? I hesitated for a moment. Grandma, let me see what I can do. I didn't care whether Qin Dashan lived or died, but watching Grandma grow more despondent by the day, worried she might make herself sick with worry, I had no choice but to agree, for now. Meanwhile, Dan and Monkey were coming out of the gambling den in town, their faces downcast. Clearly, they'd lost a fair amount. Walking to the end of the street, a hand suddenly clapped down on their shoulders. They turned around, and both lit up instantly. Brother Ming, it's you. It was indeed Zhao Dabiao, his face a mess of bruises, black and blue. Not a good place to talk here, come with me. Zhao Dabiao glanced around nervously, leading the two of them out of White Cloud Town. Chen Jihu had warned him never to show his face in town again, and he didn't dare linger. Once they reached the outskirts, Zhao Dabiao finally stopped. Brother Ming, what happened to your face? Did someone beat you up? Monkey asked. Chen Jihu. Zhao Dabiao said darkly. Dan and Monkey instantly went pale. Chen Jihu was the local tyrant of White Cloud Town, and crushing them would be as easy as stepping on ants. How'd you end up offending Chen Jihu? Monkey asked timidly. Who else but that bastard Qin Lai? Zhao Dabiao gritted his teeth. That son of a bitch made a little money, and now he looks down on me. Even paid to have Chen Jihu rough me up. He and I are mortal enemies now. No wonder when we went to find Qin Lai, he chased us out and beat me up too. Dan said, fuming. Turns out he made some money, and now he looks down on us poor folks. All that talk about quitting gambling was just an excuse. You two treat him like a brother, but he's never once thought of you two as anything. Zhao Dabiao said heavily. So let me ask you, do you want to get revenge on Qin Lai? Help me settle this score? No problem, Brother Ming. Just tell us how to take him down. Dan agreed without a moment's hesitation. I'd beaten him and humiliated him, and he'd been nursing that grudge. A chance for revenge was exactly what he'd been hoping for. Zhao Dabiao waved them closer, leaning in to whisper in their ears, a flash of murderous intent in his eyes, laying out his plan. Hearing Zhao Dabiao's plan, Dan and Monkey's faces instantly filled with fear. Brother Ming, doing this means we'd be signing our own death warrant. Monkey said timidly. Yeah, Qin Lai's hateful enough, but there's no need to go after his life. Dan said nervously. Worst case, we break one of his legs and call it even. Ordinarily, the extent of their wrongdoing was bullying and pushing people around. Asking them to actually kill someone, they wouldn't have the nerve even with 10 times the courage. What are you two so afraid of? If we don't finish off Qin Lai, None of us will ever see a good day again. Zhao Dabiao said, each word deliberate. Think about it. Once Qin lies dead, that gorgeous wife of his becomes ours, and the daughter's worth a good sum too. Don't you want a piece of that? Dan and Monkey's resolve wavered. Money, a wife, a daughter, the offer was too tempting. But murder was still murder, and the two of them still hesitated. If you two don't have the guts, I'll do it myself. Zhao Dabiao snapped coldly. But if either of you breathes a word of this to anyone, don't blame me for what happens next. No, Brother Ming. We'll do whatever you say. 2 days later, the weather cleared briefly, though thick fog blanketed the mountains, and I was debating whether to head up. Brother E. Dan and Monkey came running over eagerly, obsequious grins plastered on their faces, one with a sickle tied at his waist, the other carrying an iron shovel on his back. Didn't I say not to come looking for me again? I frowned. Suwan's face darkened too, assuming they'd come to drag me back into their old vices. Sister-in-law, don't get the wrong idea. We're not here for drinking or cards. Dan quickly explained. Suwan ignored them, carrying our daughter back inside. She trusted I wouldn't fall back in with people like this again. Say what you came to say quickly. I doubted these two could bring anything good. Brother E, we heard you've been making some money up in the mountains, and we'd like to come along, hunt some game, make some money ourselves. What do you say? Dan waved his sickle obsequiously. You two want to come hunting with me? I eyed them suspiciously, then waved a hand. Forget it. Hunting's not for you two. I knew exactly what these two were made of. Bringing them along would be nothing but dead weight. Brother E, that's a little insulting, don't you think? Monkey said, displeased. It's just catching some game. The two of us can't handle a few animals? You made it big, and now you look down on your poor brothers. Dan said with a sour edge. I narrowed my eyes, staring straight at them. Both of them squirmed under my gaze, instinctively stepping back. You want to come up the mountain with me? Is that it? Fine, no problem. The corner of my mouth curled up. Let me grab my gear. Dan and Monkey both grinned. I strapped on the musket, hung the dagger at my waist, but left the animal traps behind. You're really taking them up the mountain? Suwon looked uneasy. I'll be back soon. I smiled and headed out. Seeing the musket on my back, Dan and Monkey froze for a second, exchanging a glance. Zhao Dabiao had never mentioned I had a gun. Come on, what are you two standing around for? I urged them along. The snow's deep up there. One wrong step and you'll twist an ankle, and there could be tigers too. If you're scared, turn back now. Both of them started to waver, but thinking of Zhao Dabiao's plan, they had no choice but to grit their teeth and follow me up the mountain. Once inside, thick fog blanketed everything, the path ahead impossible to make out. The two of them trembled, staying close behind me, terrified of getting lost. This was their first time up the mountain. Without me, they'd surely freeze to death. If you're scared, you can turn back. We're not deep in yet. Just retrace your steps. I said flatly. This is your last chance. We've come this far. No way we're turning back with our tails between our legs. Dan forced himself onward. I gave you the chance, and you didn't take it. Don't blame me. I shook my head, and with one kick each, sent them sprawling into the snow. By the time they looked up, I already had the musket pressed against their foreheads. Both their faces went white instantly. Brother E, what are you doing? Either you tell me yourselves, or I force it out of you. My eyes carried a cold edge. You really think I'm stupid enough to believe you wanted to come hunting with me? I sneered. You two are lazy. Won't even work your own land. You'd risk your lives coming up the mountain for this? Talk. What are you really after? Both their eyes went wide. They hadn't expected me to have already figured it out. Brother E, you've got it wrong. We really just wanted to make some money with you. Monkey still tried to bluff his way through. I drove a kick into his mouth. Keep lying to me, and I'll blow your head clean off. I loaded the musket and pressed the muzzle against Dan's head. Talk. Your real purpose. Lie to me, and I'll blow your brains out. We're deep in the mountains. No one would ever know you died. No, please, Brother E. Dan dropped to his knees, begging. I'll tell you everything. Just don't kill me. Talk. I barked. Just as Dan opened his mouth to speak, a faint rustle sounded from the trees around us. Whoosh. A sharp whistle cut through the air, and I dropped to the ground on instinct. Thunk. When I looked up, an arrow had already pierced straight through Dan's heart. Dan looked down at the arrow through his chest, his face full of disbelief, clutching at it desperately as if trying to pull it free, before finally collapsing, lifeless, his eyes wide open, blood staining the snow red. Monkey stared at Dan's corpse, terror driving him to the ground, trembling uncontrollably, even wetting himself in fear. Whoosh. Another arrow cut through the air. I kicked Monkey aside, and the arrow struck the snow where he'd been standing. Monkey tumbled from the kick, rolling several times before falling down a steep slope, grabbing onto a tree trunk and screaming for help. Brother E, save me. I was wrong. I shouldn't have brought you here. Monkey begged. It's not my fault. It's Zhao Dabiao. He wants to kill you. He threatened me and Air Dan, made us lure you into the mountains to kill you. If we refused, he'd kill us instead. After he killed you, he was going to take your wife and sell your daughter. My eyes turned cold, and I grabbed his collar, hauling him back up. The one shooting these arrows from ambush, that's Zhao Dabiao. Yes, has to be him. He must have accidentally killed Air Dan instead. Monkey nodded. You really think Air Dan's death was an accident? I sneered coldly. If Zhao Dabiao kills me, what do you think he'd do to make sure this stays buried forever? Remember, only dead men keep secrets forever. Monkey's face drained of color in shock. Before he could say another word, I heard another faint rustle from the trees behind us. Come here. I pulled Monkey behind a rock. The next second, an arrow struck exactly where Monkey had just been standing. Monkey finally believed me, cursing furiously. Zhao Dabiao, you son of a bitch. I helped you trick Qin Lai, and you'd kill me too. You'll get what's coming to you. I studied the direction the arrow had come from. The forest had gone still, but I knew Zhao Dabiao was aiming his crossbow at this rock right now. I gave Monkey a light shove and whispered, keep cursing, don't stop. Do this if you want to live. Monkey had no choice but to keep shouting curses. While he kept up the noise, I crouched low and slowly retreated, using the heavy fog to circle around toward the trees. After a few steps, I spotted footprints in the snow, and following them, a few yards into the forest, a figure crouched, crossbow raised, aimed at the rock. It was indeed Zhao Dabiao. I raised the musket, took aim at his arm, and pulled the trigger. Bang! The bullet struck Zhao Dabiao's arm, the crossbow dropping from his grip as he collapsed, clutching his wound, howling. I rushed forward and planted a foot on him, aiming the musket at his forehead. Zhao Dabiao, I never realized you were this ruthless, killing people without so much as blinking. Monkey came rushing over, driving several vicious kicks into Zhao Dabiao's head. Have you no conscience left at all? Air Dan and I helped you so much, and you wanted to silence us by killing us. Qin Lai, falling into your hands. I accept my fate. Go ahead and kill me if you've got the guts, or next time I'll come kill you instead. Zhao Dabiao showed no fear at all, then turned to Monkey with a mocking sneer. And don't get smug either, Monkey. Once I'm dead, you think Qin Lai's going to let you live? Don't forget, you're the one who lured him up here. You're an accomplice too. Monkey's body flinched, and he looked at me in fear. No need for you to try dividing us. Talk. Why did you come to kill me? Did Qin Jihu put you up to this? I said flatly. My grudge with Zhao Dabiao wasn't deep enough for this. I couldn't figure out his motive for wanting me dead. You and I truly don't have deep hatred between us. But Qin Jihu made it clear I'm never to show my face in White Cloud Town again, or he'll cut off my hands and feet. Zhao Dabiao sneered. And all of this is your doing. You used me to hurt your own second uncle, and that's how I ended up on Qin Jihu's bad side. If I'm not going to live well, you're not going to live at all. Only then did I understand, after I'd held Qin Jihu hostage that day and walked out. Qin Jihu, humiliated, had taken his fury out on Zhao Dabiao. Unable to touch Qin Jihu, Zhao Dabiao had turned all his resentment on me instead. You got on Qin Jihu's bad side because you're worthless. I said flatly, bringing two flunkies to kill me and still hiding in ambush, and I still managed to take you down. Qin Lai, I underestimated you. Zhao Dabiao scoffed coldly. If you've got the guts, give me a clean death. But don't get too smug. Your second uncle's family already knows you set them up. Once Qin Jihu lets them go, they're going to skin you alive. My expression flickered slightly before quickly settling back into calm. No need for you to worry about that. If I could handle them once, I can handle them again. Worry about yourself instead. Brothery, should I maybe step away for a bit? Monkey forced a smile. I don't know anything. I didn't see anything. He was still worried I'd silence him too. No need to walk away. I wrapped an arm around his neck. Monkey, isn't it just you and your lame father at home? My dad's 52, lame in one leg, and I'm the one supporting him. Monkey answered honestly. Zhao Dabiao wanted to kill me and silence you both? Erdan's already dead because of him. If I hadn't saved you just now, you'd already be lying there with an arrow through you. I said unhurriedly. If you died, who would take care of your lame father? He'd either freeze or starve to death, wouldn't he? You're right, brother E. You're completely right. You saved my life. I won't forget this kindness. Monkey nodded emphatically. From now on, I'll do whatever you say. Hearing you say that puts my mind at ease. I said darkly. This Zhao Dabiao, vicious, ruthless, ungrateful. Not only did he try to kill me, he wanted to silence you too. Doesn't he deserve to die 10 times over? That's right. This inhuman bastard deserves to die. Monkey ground his teeth in hatred. Zhao Dabiao was ruthless and vicious. Letting him go wouldn't earn any gratitude, only more scheming against us down the line. A threat like this couldn't be allowed to survive. In the end, it was by Monkey's own hand that Dan was avenged, and Zhao Dabiao's threat was permanently eliminated. With this deed done, Monkey and I were now bound together, in the same boat. Brother E, let's get out of here quickly. Monkey sat slumped in the snow, still shaken. No rush. We'll wait until dark to head back. I sat down beside him. Why wait until dark? Monkey didn't understand. No one will ever know how Zhao Dabiao died. But plenty of people saw Dan head up the mountain with you and me. We need to stick to one story. Dan got separated from us. We searched for a long time and couldn't find him, and only came down once it got dark. I explained. Going back now would raise suspicion. We waited until evening before finally heading down. The moment Monkey stepped out of the mountains, his head spun, and he crouched down, retching violently. The mountains had been too oppressive. It's fine. You'll get used to it eventually. My mind stayed calm. In my past life, I'd seen far too many dead bodies, far bloodier scenes than this. This was nothing to me. Remember what I told you. We never saw Zhao Dabiao, and Dan got separated from us in the mountains. I reminded him on the way back. As long as you stick to that story without wavering, no third person will ever know what happened today. Every year, a few people went missing in these mountains. Even veteran hunters had disappeared before. Cover it well enough, and no one would ever trace it back to us. Understood, Brother E, I won't get a single word wrong. Monkey nodded repeatedly. We're in the same boat now. Do you want to stick with me going forward? Brother E, you saved my life. I'm with you for good. Good. From now on, whenever I go up the mountain to hunt, you come with me. Huh? Up the mountain again. Monkey flinched. The mountains had left a deep scar on him now. In a place like ours, if you want to survive, it's either farming or hunting. Your father's leg is lame. He can't work the fields, and you're lazy and only care about gambling. Your family's land has gone unfarmed for years. I said flatly, if you don't hunt, how are you going to support your 52-year-old father? Gamble your whole life away? One day he'll starve to death and no one at home will even know. Come hunting with me, and I won't promise you'll get rich, but at least you won't starve, and you'll be able to support your father, and who knows, catch some good game. You might even make decent money off it. I was direct. If you really don't want to, I won't force you, but let me remind you. Keep drifting through life aimlessly like this, and sooner or later, Zhao Dabiao and Dan's fate could easily become yours too. Monkey's mind went completely blank. If you don't want to follow me, then let's just stay out of each other's way from now on, as long as you don't breathe a word about today. I started to walk off. Brother E, wait. Monkey said hurriedly. I'll come hunting with you. I'll do whatever you say from now on. Good enough for me. I clapped him on the shoulder. As long as you're willing to work hard and stay honest, I guarantee your life gets better day by day. As we reached the edge of the village, a figure came walking toward the mountains. Dan, why aren't you back yet? Monkey's face went pale. Brother E, it's Dan's mother. Don't panic. Say it just like I taught you. I stayed completely composed. Chin Lai, Monkey. Dan's mother hurried over, peering past us. Where's Dan? Wasn't he up the mountain with you too? Dan got separated from us. Monkey stammered. What? Separated? How did that happen? Monkey glanced at me, then forced himself to speak. After we got into the mountains, Dan spotted a wild rabbit and chased after it. Brother E and I called out to him, but he didn't listen. The fog was thick today, and once he ran off, we got separated. We searched until dark and still couldn't find him. Had no choice but to come back.